back. What's up?
Did Velu get their question?
No,
Level up?
they were not here.
Oh, they don't get it if they're not here.
I mean, they just never asked, or we're here to ask. Maybe we'll get to it at the end of this session if we have time. Then give them time to ponder upon a level up question for themselves. We will see. If not, then not a big deal. But it is fun. Anyways, back to your level ups. You guys have earnings from your level ups from my world. Right now, your current gold income for each other. Let me run down the list. I'm gonna start with. Suppose I can start with Carnelian. Are you here with us, Dion? Okay, cool. We'll hope that he jumps back. Father Cruz, you got quite the income right now. I've taken some time to round things out as far as your reputations go, but basically, you are going to have doing the calculation live right now. Um, 1,000 gold and 70 silver, so that goes all out to about 1,007 gold.
Neat.
Yeah, you have increased in reputation, so big deal. For Idris, it is very similar, but not as high in reputation regard. There's a big spike for Father Cruz. For Idris, it was. Why is it all blanked out? Yours is going to be 100 gold and 10 silver. Still a bit higher than what you earned previously because there's a couple weeks in between. Actually, no, sorry, not 100. That's 300 gold and 10 silver because I didn't include the per week. So, yeah, 300 gold, 10 silver, equating to 301 gold for Idris. For the rest of you who don't really follow on the follower / investments, not just yet for everybody. You guys really maintain your normal levels of gold income, so that's going to be $84 gold for the rest of you, which is not a lot. It's kind of like your passive earnings as you guys have gone on through this world. Not that much of a big deal. You guys are about to be boosting in economy in your upcoming levels based upon what you've done with your bastions and what you guys are going to be earning for the upcoming playable weeks in this game. So right now, that's going to be 840 silver or 884 gold for Carnelian, Ymir, Velu, and Mimosa. So, thank you for reminding me though, Kat. I did have it, just didn't do the math on it. For that, I think that's the last thing for your level ups, is the gold earnings you get each time. I am going to say the beginning of this session is kind of going to start out a little different. We left off the previous session with a kind of a recount of the new cycle beginning, and a little bit of you guys having some camaraderie at a dinner table, seeing the different phases of the Neo move forward with its rapture into the sky, this green aurora, like Borealis type of moment that kind of shoots its own little mini wave back and forth in the sky. Very beautiful, a very like otherworldly experience for some people. A reminder of the place you are and how magical things can be outside of this world. With that being said, I need everybody's participation, not to change anything, but to jump into a perspective that is no longer your characters, just for a little while we get back into this game. Imagine yourselves not as who you are in your characters for a moment. If you need to close your eyes, you need to kind of pull yourself away from what you can. But you're no longer Mimosa, Father Cruz, Cornelian. You're no longer the Runiseers. You are existing, and you find your mind kind of amalgamizing into the halls of a grand library. Whether or not you're walking around as this personality of what you think you may have been, or maybe another world's version of you, the 6 of you are guards right now, acting in service of the King of Genesis. So all 6 of you have been found to report to the central portion of this library. Guards that were on patrol of this Genesis Regency. And you are not Ymir, you are not Velu, you're not Idris. You basically random NPCs in this moment. But I need you all to participate with me on this to best have a visual of what's going on. Nimbus, as captain of these 5 guards who approach, you actually have to give orders to each of them to go throughout this library, and you've been told that there are expected to be some very designated guests today. How do you round up your people, and how do you send them off?
He will stand to attention in front of his group of 5 and straighten his back and let out a cough as he's a little sick. His nose is always red. Alright, let's get things done. You two. And he'll point to whoever Ali is and whoever Zap is. Man the front entrance.
Why am I always with him? He never pulls his weight.
I know, I'm aware, but you do. So get to it. Make sure he doesn't fuck up.
Of course. Always
Get going.
clean up the collateral.
Yeah, get going. And you two. And he'll point over to Potato and Cat's characters. You guard the rear.
Yes, Captain, whatever you say, Captain. Say, sir.
Yeah. Get a move on. And, you stick with me. We're gonna patrol around. You go between the front and the middle, and I will go between the back and the middle.
Captain!
All right?
Captain! As you're in the middle of your, orders, you're still standing with Dion's selected, guard, and your others have walked away. Just you and...
My guard?
You're all guards. Deal with it. You haven't earned yourself names yet. If you want to make yourself up names right now, you can do that.
Alternate
Do not
people.
care.
Deafened.
Okay.
What is the context?
Bro.
Yeah, he just deafened. He doesn't know anything. Just
Great.
He came in.
This is what happens when you're late. But what's happening right now is you're outside of a context of Carnelian for right now, right? You've been pulled away. Dion is operating a NPC's brain right now. You are a guard within the library of Genesis. Nimbus is controlling a captain who is now ordering the 5 guards to go and take positions and has gone through everybody except for your character. Your character has been told to basically join them for their watch, but before he's able to finish his order, he's being interrupted. And this is where you are now.
Okay.
Cool. But yeah, as you're getting the order, listening, Nimbus, you look over and you see that this very stern look approaches you, and it looks like a librarian that works in this place. It rushes over to you. This looks to be like half elf, half human. You've never met anybody in the library. And also, you've also never been really acknowledged until this moment as a person who guards. So most of the time, you don't really get like someone like to talk to on your shifts. It's usually just all business. But they rush up to you, Captain, Captain.
Sorry, what?
They're here. All of them. They're early. They finished what they were doing. I don't know if we had preparations for the guard. I need one person to do the heraldry.
I can do it.
Okay.
Actually, look over to Dion's character. I'm sure you can handle it. I'll get to patrolling.
Josh is on the duty.
Just nods the head and says, "Excellent, Captain. Please, if you'll follow me." And they kind of escort you away for a moment. Your character finds their own set, and each one of you are just guards, kind of like watching what's happening in this room, this library. Time passes. You get the heraldry, and it's in the form of a scroll. For Nua's character, you're like handed a scroll, and you're like looking and reading. The three names that come across this scroll. One of them is the King Hasting, of his full name, which is a big deal. This is your boss, basically, or your boss's 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 boss. Never have actually met him in person. The additional points of people who are coming into here, there are two others. You have the Archmage Alec Blazon, which is the leader of the Blazon Academy. And then you have the High Steward Ronald Talbot, which is one of the people who created the floating islands that surround Genesis. These three people are meeting right now in this library. And without a need to actually have you raise the heraldry for these people, you may if you want to. But the full title for the King Hasting is kind of bestowed to you in this moment. Let me see if I can grab that.
Heraldries are just introducing a person?
It's listing out all of their predefined titles prior to the announcing of the arrival of a very important figure. Think of it like how someone may enter into a gala or to a ball and they'll announce the arrival. Like now presenting the King of Genesis, King Hasting, or something like that. Like it would go along those lines. Addressing the king is your Royal Highness and things of that nature still to this time. Nothing's too strange there. Let me see if I can grab this real quick. You will read this if you want to. This is the only important heraldry to read out. So I'll just give this to you to read. I'll put it in the lore dump channel.
Right. And I can say that?
You can say it. Like once they're entering, you see the doors about to creak open.
Alright. Now introducing His Royal Highness Velublu Hasting, first of his name, son of Velu, Red the Changeling, Slayer, Commander of East, King of Genesis.
And as the door swings open, you see the faces of the people of Genesis. You see a Hasting. Trying to grab the is that PNG not working? Obsidian, why do you do this to me?
Blue, blue.
There it goes. I'll put in the NPCs here. This stark figure, white hair, chin strapped, with a white beard, red cloak over the hood, very ordained and black garb. This is the commander of the entirety of the capital of Genesis walking in here. He has his own entourage of his own personal guards, hired Hex Valis knights. Multiple of them, like clink, 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 as they follow behind. Along with two of the other arriving party, who you do not need to make heraldry for because they are lesser than the king itself. But the Archmage Alert Blazon and the additional person, the High Steward, Renald Talbot. These two people are of familiarity. Alec Blazon, a Red Dragonborn, older in his years, wears these glasses, has this a face of knowledge that kind of follows bound with a kind of a gown that he wears to reveal his like mage-like appearance. And then the High Steward, Renald Talbot, this kind of like almost faceless individual, but important nonetheless, older in their years. The three of them enter into the room, and the door is secured by you. The rest of you who are also in this room are kind of like taking positions and making watches. For all of you, can you guys make perception checks? Your modifier is a +1.
For the king! At 20.
Holy shit.
5.
7.
Whoa.
Yeah. Low commoner stats for the win. 7.
14.
Okay. No, the only person that would kind of make out something is the nat 20 in the room. For Father Cruz, there is a stirring amongst the center of the room, and you hear. Cat.
Father Cruz is there?
Me? No, my name is Justin the Third.
Justin the Third. A third of his name, Justin. Yeah, it's not like it's almost like a catch of a glance as the door closes in the front, as you notice that there is somebody else lingering behind the door. You can choose to bring this up via a message to your captain, and you guys can send messages to one another as this event goes. You guys have the ability to cast like simple message cantrips to not interrupt anything. Yeah, your captain, Nimbus, or whoever it may be with his name. I forget what Cornelius said his name was.
Mine is Josh.
Josh, that's right. Don't forget Josh.
Going to messaging Captain Ymir, like, sir, there appears to be suspicious activity at the door.
Captain Bamir.
Vamir, sorry. Captain Vamir, there appears to be suspicious activity at the door. I will pursue it.
Hold on. Tell us, and make sure you go with your partner. Keep it buddy-buddy.
Yeah.
I guess I'm Muse. Jamosa. We have to go investigate.
My
the
name's
strange
Tyler.
Tyler, we have to go investigate the strange door.
Whatever you say.
This could be life or death for the king.
Put my hand above my head. Okay. Whatever you say.
You guys go
on it.
investigate. You follow. You guys follow the path of like having an upper like area by this door already. You go in to investigate the outside. As you step out, you do realize that there is like a group of like 7 or 8 people who are trying to spy into whatever this conversation is. With your perception, you take notice that someone was trying to listen, and there's like 8 different like people who maybe be media, maybe other houses, who are just lingering outside with a drink of some kind, just trying to catch whatever's happening in this room. Because of your nat 20, you're able to basically shoo them away. You have the authority to do so.
Yes, no loitering.
As you're like shouting at these people, you see a couple of faces that you're unfamiliar with. Some of them look a little important, but not like as like important as what's just walking to this room. So obviously you kind of keep it away. Those people dismiss. You walk back into the room. The door closes. You guys are able to successfully stave off any type of insightful eyes to the room.
We're so good at our job.
Anything for the king.
For the king.
You guys continue. Listen. The king addresses this dragonborn, Alaric Blazon. Are you sure that this is all true? Nods his head. Indeed. I haven't made a mistake yet on my locations, but I think we found it. The king's kind of walking forward to this like table where some things have been placed down. And as you know, Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, there's complications with divination magic, but we have found that there's ways to go around such things, such as items and paths. However, and he kind of like throws a little minor illusion to this hand, and it shows a Leonin face, a face that you guys are unfamiliar with. We've been following this individual. They've been making recent trips into the Eastern continent. I don't know if you're familiar with this face. The king nods. I am. Well, this individual has been back and forth, and we believe that they are in contact with your son. He kind of like swallows his throat and just like kind of looks at the mage. Thank you for your work on this. And he looks over towards the person running the raised sky areas. This high steward. Hexvalis is very important to us, and we must maintain the truth of what is going on here. House Hastings has been very loyal to the high stewards and our floating arrows of Ciro. It is your job to work on this prior to the Archmage, and you failed. Looks over at the High Steward. I assure you, sir, it's nothing impersonal. I really tried everything I could. I only had underneath much my disposal, but a few hundred men. I could not scour the globe of another continent. We do not have... He kind of pauses, puts his hand up, and says, no matter. If I have identified the location of my son, I want him home immediately. The Archmage raises a finger and says, well, actually, you mentioned that. There's about some more issues along this. They have formed themselves a way of being non-detected. No scrying has been able to perceive where they are. However, been able to track some times of in and outs. Definitely on the eastern continent, roaming about the northern side.
Be western.
Yes. As you whisper that through a message, and he just looks around. He's just staring around.
Shut up.
He whispers to the dragon boy, like, Western. Yes. My apologies. Did you say that? He just looks over at the king. The king just making an eyebrow at him. It's like, continue. Right. We were able to find that they moved around swiftly and in tandem with other creatures. See here. And he pans over a letter. Intercepted of some kind. The king opens it and looks. The Runiseers. None of these names mean anything to me. He just like kind of holds a letter aloft. I'm known of their party. And I'm assuming that the Queen Valyria will be having them escort us to this event of the Twilight Ball. I've been expecting that. He looks over at the Archmage once again. He kind of nods, like, of course. But as you see, they are not aligned with the current Queen as of recent events. Perhaps you could engage this, learn if they have met into your son, and confide into them. The king just like narrows his eyebrows and furrows. I have more important things to do. My son runs out on his own. I just seek to find him. I am not looking to reunite the responsibilities of that station. I have another son for that. And the room kind of becomes silent as the steward kind of chimes in. I could make arrangements, sire, for arrival of this party here, or we could try to do something else. The king looks around of the room. The guards who are kind of like walking, who have to listen to this conversation, here, entering to the room with a teleportation, kind of like freaking all of you guys out for a second. Whether or not it raised you to a high alert of some kind or not, you weren't expecting a fourth person. There's a teleportation happening into this room.
Ready yourselves.
Sir!
You guys all like rush to different locations. Right beside the guards of whoever Dion and Zap are playing right now, a teleporting individual steps right into that position. Their hands clasped to their side.
I thought I was with Ali.
Doesn't matter. It's between the two of you. Things have shuffled at this point, and you guys are like near other locations, walking back and forth. But between the two of you, you see this teleporting individual, like a blue mist around them, and they step into the room. The face is soft, a woman's face.
Jacob looks at Josh, and then looks at the woman. Madam, with a salute.
Yeah.
Josh bows.
As you see, the Queen of Genesis has arrived. Very well played from the two of you as you see kind of like the lowering of the hood and a teleportation into the room. The Queen hasting. I will also send a picture of this individual to you as well. A soft nod to the two guards. Thank you. Where is my husband? She kind of looks over to like the room and sees like them all in the center. Ah. And walks past you. No acknowledgement.
Josh follows.
Yeah, you follow. As you kind of take a step in tandem with the queen kind of looks and just gives like a little like nod of like appreciation as you court them to the location. Meanwhile, you stand back and watch them step away. These like little founts of like blue magic still swirling away from their teleportation in. My love, you'll be needed at the throne soon. Is this important? The king looks over towards Queen. No, this is not important. I am trusting into the Archmage and to the High Steward to take care of the rest of this. But we may be expecting some guests this ball, whether expected or unexpected. My love. And just kind of puts a hand out to her. Hand reaches out, kind of grabbing it softly. Surprises. I don't like those very much, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Puts a hand on his chest and just kind of like goes in close. But you are needed, my dear. Would you like to go with me? The king shakes his head. I'd rather walk. You should try it sometime. They both like chuckle, and then Alaric and like a couple of you guys are watching them have like this like almost like a little touchy romantic moment, and they're gonna like Alaric's kind of like nodding onto a table, looking at some things that he's kind of left behind, and the high steward is left in the room as well. The king and the queen escort out of this room, and all that's left in this room are these two other individuals. As they leave, you don't have to herald them out, but you guys just do give like normal salutes as they pass, things of that nature. The High Steward and the Archmage speak with one another in private. As guards to the King Hasting, you are to know of any conversations going on through this castle. One of you may have to lurk and peer into this conversation, for the good of the kingdom, of course. Is there any
Yes.
volunteers?
Tyler.
Tyler. A small step towards the conversation as raking of your armor kind of pads through the other people. Your captain acknowledging you in your arrival and like kind of making a head gesture to go into the right direction. You stand in front nearby these two, and you hear some trading of words. So you decided to not let them know that we found some of that extra information. I think it's best wise to keep the king aligned with his current goals. We do not want him circling another continent for this lost heir. It's best to keep him aligned. The cycle upon us is growing tense. Epsilon has reared its force, and the province has known itself to be a great threat, even from our eastern front. They've been spotted on the outskirts of the houses. And kind of like gestures, looking kind of towards like left and right to see who's around him. I'm gonna ask for a general stealth check from you. The stealth check, you're gonna add +1 to the roll.
Hopefully Tyler doesn't fumble.
Is there any way we could give advantage?
Tyler.
Okay.
We'll see after this roll. We'll determine if there's any reactions you can give as being part of like the same force. Let's see the roll first. With a 10. If you want to give an advantage to this, one of you will have to step in. So basically kind of like jumping, like kind of like to assist in like covering up some of the noise of being nearby. Any of you want to do that?
Me!
Okay. You do so. It was so quick. You can go ahead and roll with advantage. You can roll one more time. And we'll kind of discuss on your guys' like jump in. A 14. Okay. 14 may be high enough. What does Allie's character in this moment do to help Tyler the guard?
Jidris is as Jidris sees that Tyler is about to blow his cover, Jidris begins to like knocks over a really large vase and goes, "Oh no, this is so distracting and annoying.
The
I am
Archmage looks
so
over.
clumsy."
The Archmage looks over at you and says, "What a fool you are." And just like puts a hand out for mending, and it's like the vase kind of mends onto the ground. He like turns over for a minute to mend the vase, and Tyler gets into a much better position.
Jidris just does it again. Oh god, I'm sorry. My
Are
foot just
you
slipped.
dead?
I'm so sorry.
Where is your captain?
Idris,
He's
did you
over
break
there.
something again? Oh man. Oh man, he trips too on his armor.
You know I
Oh,
have three.
shit.
I have 3 left.
Oh god!
It's so annoying.
As the
God,
as you
hold
guys
it,
are
dude.
making like crashing sounds in moments, the High Steward kind of looks up at all of you. It's like, this puts his hands up and says, "Nonetheless, you've heard what I said. I think that is enough." And you see that the Archmage is like, "Very well. It is a bit crowded here," and looks at all the rest of you. A failing stealth check, basically, as like crashing things has made them uncomfortable into the scene, and they make their escape, leaving. They leave the library and step, and the door closes, and you guys all unite as guards once more. A message comes to the captain. Report to the dining facility for your food and basically break. You're going to be replaced by a new set of 6, basically, as soon as the door knocks and arrives.
All right.
Did I do a
That
good
is-
job, Captain?
You did your best.
Thank you,
Nice try.
Captain. It means so much to me.
Inform us of the information you gathered.
Oh God, why my brain just blank? Forgot everything.
I'm so into it.
Captain Bromir closes his eyes and smiles. Right.
Maybe it didn't matter.
Sir, they appear to be keeping information from the king.
Yes, they're keeping information. They're trying to
What are we gonna do?
keep him in line.
Mine.
Well, we report to the boss.
Knock, knock, knock.
And... Oh, that might be them, actually.
As it comes,
Bad.
your superior, captain, this general, kind of stations here, salute, back forth. His new guard come in, and looks at all the 6 of you. Thank you for taking this short mission. I was not expecting them to arrive so soon. I thought you'd had more preparation. Was everything fine?
I have news to inform you. It appears that Blazon and the steward seem to be keeping information from the king after they made the departure from the conversation. They have more to speak.
And any prying eyes, any odd circumstance?
People from... He'll look over to Muse. I believe people who are from other houses or wanted to get a report in, but one of my subordinates shoot them away.
Excellent. Accolades, all of you. Highest of regard. Excellent work. Just like nods.
Immediately salute from Tyler.
As you all pass, and kind of like relieve your shifts, he looks into the room and he sends in basically 3 guards, less than what there was before, and he looks over to follow the rest of you. And as he's following you, the conversation dampens and deafens as you guys basically end this scene for a moment. All of you getting inspiration, just for your own characters, as you guys have taken a little bit of a theatrical moment to, this is a heroic inspiration. You guys gain the... Okay, calm down.
What the hell?
Oh, y'all heard that?
Yes.
Did you throw her up?
And we
No.
are now back to the scenes of your actual characters, as you guys have taken a little bit of a leisurely practice of seeing another scene somewhere in this world. Welcome back to the Cycle 390. Whether the night has ended, there may be things you would try to do before you were in bed, whether or not creating more sapphires or whatever it may seem. Your notes are your own. You guys can keep them with whatever your secrets are and your desires. Or if you just wanted to just go home and sleep, that is also to your choice. But the next day that arrives does require you all to meet once again. We'll say that a location primarily to you all would be the Perch, or even your own private location of the Wormwood Chapel. Is there one that you guys would prefer to meet in for maybe a private conversation?
I would like to have a private conversation, if I may, with Walter Gate and Stone Turner. Autumn.
Autumn does exist at the Perch. You would have to call upon them to come over, but that is fine.
Yes.
They would be on their arrival to here. The rest of you, the 5 others, you guys are now your characters now. Most of other crews, Cornelia, Nidris, Philu, Ymir. You guys feel great, refreshed. Some of you have had explorations of new spells as this bastion is hit. Some of you have been able to formulate some new trainings, new proficiencies, new abilities even during this time. Just finally a moment for all of you guys to hone in what you guys have been working so hard on and basically get a grip of the newest abilities of what you can go and achieve to this day. You all arrive to the Wormwood Chapel because this is somewhere you need to be today, because there are plans for you guys to all venture out into the future together, and one must make plans. During that time, Ymir, you still wait for the arrival of Autumn to the Wormwood Chapel. You'll have a private discussion when they arrive. But you are with your group of friends in this time, and you are all surrounded in the area. Let's say that you guys are just in like the chapel area, the old chapel area, or even into the old dining hall.
I'm gonna say AFK, so I will go first. I'd like to write a note to Sister Rem, telling her to start preparations and like getting ready, and then if there's a chance we could go to like Alavar before leaving, just so I could get like a diamond. I don't want to roleplay, literally just like pop in Walmart style, pop out. That'd be cool. Let me know if I can. I must AFK now.
That's fine. We'll work on that. You see that Father Cruz is busy writing at the table as you all are around, and you see that like kind of like scribbling notes, very focused. But the rest of you are also nearby.
Excuse me. Sorry. Ymir like burps. Goodness.
Ymir,
Yes.
where did you get your sending stuff?
At the Sending Stone shop. It was in Arlucia. Why?
I wanted to get some for me and Liam.
Oh, man, you should have went with me. I went to Oracle for some gems. I would have taken.
Well, I
you.
didn't think like. Well, I don't know. I guess I just didn't think.
Well, I believe he looks over at Cruz. They wanted to go over to Halavar, and I'm sure Sending Stones are like everywhere. And the higher the price, the better the stone. I want to kind of upgrade my stone because you can only talk like once a day, and I believe that, you know, our friend here, Layla, can like talk to their compatriot constantly.
No. Only once a day.
He
Really?
stated it was a high price.
It is a greater sending stone. It's a longer time to talk. You also are in the possession kind of a greater sending stone as well, Ymir. But there are greater ones beyond that go for like, you know, anytime, any place you reach out to them through this like stone. Greater sending stones, however, you can basically talk for 5 minutes. It's like a free 1-to-1
Gotcha.
once a day. Tolls may
When you
vary.
talk-
Taxes and tolls may vary.
But yeah, I mean, you can probably do that before we leave and get it with Liam, and have that.
I'll donate 100 gold to Mimosa Sending Zone cause, and I sent you the message to Rem. Okay, AFK.
Thank you.
How expensive are they?
Do you want one too?
I'm thinking about it.
For who?
I just feel like it's good to have one. Do both people need it?
Yes.
I see.
They come in pair.
Settled.
Oh.
I'm gonna be ritual casting a group chat.
Telepathic. Very straight back and bond starting.
Over to Idris. I sure wonder who he could be wanting a sending stone with. And then he'll say just out loud, "Oh yeah, no, you should totally like go with Mimosa to get the sending stone then."
How expensive are they?
Trying to remember. Actually, I don't remember when I bought mine.
Didn't really buy yours either. I think it was like shared to
No,
you.
I did. No, I bought mine.
Well, then
Bought mine and hers.
I'll have to look back on what that cost is because I actually don't remember either. So,
Facts.
to
It wasn't
be,
that
to be-
expensive.
yeah, to be determined.
I'd say like 100 to 200 possibly. Gold.
Damn.
What do you mean, damn? How much money do you have?
Did I get
Darn,
money
you-
for level
darn,
up?
You save your money.
You did, yeah.
84.
84 gold.
I believe
Okay.
what you got.
Let's see. I save my money
Okay.
as much as I can.
It's like I was remembering everybody who donated. the money.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of money because of things that I've paid.
Yeah.
So, and then I had to re-get my weapons. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was Rough.
That's lots of taxing.
Yeah, so I've been low on money. I gave a lot. That was a lot out of me.
That sound. No, I get you. I understand.
You got your wings though.
I did get my wings.
Your wings.
Speaking of which,
Somber face arriving on the front of Carnelian as a reminder to him that he must choose.
I can only wear one cloak at a time for the attunement properties.
Oh.
What's the difference between them?
Stealth or wings. And I
think
want my
You should
wings.
choose what your heart desires.
My heart craves the skies.
I feel like you were always
Okay.
stealthy, even without it.
Yeah, I don't think you really need
Yeah.
that cloak anymore. I could give it to Brian for him to sell it, and I give you the portion of what the money would be.
This one's good. I'll hand you the cloak of elven kind.
Still
I'll
attuned,
eventually
and
hand
I
it over
guess
to Brian.
still attuned in some form or factor, Carnelian. As it leaves your hand, that attunement ends, and you just feel like the detachment.
The frown on Cornelian's face.
So much history.
Always be with you.
At least I get another attunement slot, I guess.
Yeah, that actually is good. I've been meaning to probably change one of my attunements at some point. Whenever it gets to that. I probably need to find a better attunement. Oh, and I've been testing out some spells with my Orichalcum, Cone of Cold, Animated Objects, and what was the last one that I did? I don't remember. I sent a list. Telekinesis. And
You
things that I get from them are Jacob. Because I don't know. I did it last night.
You did. One second.
Velu,
Yeah.
what are the attunements that you have?
Balu will put his hand out and point towards the non-detect ring, and then he'll kind of grab his amulet and point at that, and then he'll pull up his left arm sleeve up, and you'll see like a kind of like a runic symbol, like it's branded onto his arm, and he'll point at that. Those are the three things that I'm attuned to.
Didn't you have like extra things that you were
Yeah, I have
tickling?
a sword. That's it.
That brand, could you ever unattune to it?
I can, but I don't want to.
How would you reattune to it if you wanted to?
It would take it would take another month. He'll kind of pull up his sleeve again and point to the brand. It took a whole month. So if I unattune to it now, I would have to attune to it again for a whole another month. So it's not worth it to unattune to it. Took a lot of hard work to do
And
this one.
You had to stay next to Nathaniel
No.
to do that, right?
Yep.
Wow.
For a whole month?
Yes.
Do you guys sleep in the same bed?
That's a no.
How close do you have to be?
Not like 5 feet.
Flashbacks to Velu and Nathaniel,
Yeah.
who had to share quarters with one another for basically a month when they were young. It wasn't that terrible.
Yeah.
Wait,
We did it
are you this?
when we were children, so
Wait, your childhood friends?
yeah. We've been knowing each other since children. So
But he wouldn't have been a guard then.
Velo looks
Born
at
into
Father
it.
Cruz, just stares.
Hmm.
And then he'll look at Carnelian and kind of like give you a slight nod to it, to what Carnelian just said, and look back at Father Chris. Yep, what he said.
For Ymir, you had mentioned animate objects, telekinesis, and weather spell.
Bone of Cold.
Cone of Cold. Thank you. For the two first spells for animate objects and telekinesis, you got an emerald, probably worth like 500 gold for each of those.
Mm,
Wow.
pretty fire.
For the Cone of Cold,
Ymir Blast!
another 5th level spell, a beautiful, nice little spell that's gonna ruin my life. You got a ruby worth 500 gold.
So Cone of Cold was a ruby,
Yes.
and then
Yeah,
the other ones is
Emeralds.
and
Yep.
500. Got it. And
2
Death Ward
emeralds,
is
1 ruby. Death Ward is sapphire.
1000.
Yeah,
Ruby. Thank you.
of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'd also like to study my diamond, ruby, and peridot that are worth 1,000 for meta magic
Yep.
purposes.
You'll look into that. Those are being things you kind of discover over the course of time because you'll have to cast spells and waste those spells in order to, do that. If you want to do that in the early morning, you usually do it at the end of the night. So,
Yeah. I'll probably just do
because
it.
every time you do that, you waste a chance to use your what's it called? Your Harbinger Surge.
Mhm.
So, in that thought, you wait for until the night comes. But it's something that you can definitely do.
By the way, Carnelian, what is your other attunement than your cloak?
Glyph bracers that Mimosa gave me.
All right.
And why did you ask about my attunement?
I was curious because I remembered you had an extra one.
Yeah, I have a sword, but I don't think you like swords, right?
Interested in swords.
You're interested or not interested?
Not interested.
Yeah.
I just learned how to use a great sword.
You know,
Melu
like
give you
hammer?
a slow clock.
Melissa's just standing there smiling.
You beat us up?
Huh?
To the training grounds.
I'm gonna be so real. I did not pick up what you just put down.
Because you're gonna beat us up.
Oh, no. Why would I do that? I mean, if you wanted, like, I can do a spar.
Hers looks like that speed, like this.
When are we gonna get the stones potentially?
Like now?
Okay. Karn walks off.
You would have to. It's gonna be a long walk. Like as you're walking
We gotta
out,
teleport.
you can teleport.
Oh. We walk back.
Oh my god.
That's the spirit.
I'd like to talk to Walter and Stone Turner before I head out, though. For their, I need them to do some stuff while I'm gone. So, yeah, I'm gonna go like put a sending on them real quick, possibly, or maybe I'll just grab one and me in the middle or something like that.
You try your best to kind of narrate that. Idris, you actually receive a sending right now if you're here.
I'm sorry, what?
You receive a sending.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You alright? You sound a little sad.
No, I'm mad right now, Jacob.
Oh.
Backup
Okay.
camera.
I'm really frustrated.
I'm sorry. Hopefully the D&D makes it better. It's your brother.
What does my
Sister.
brother need? Oh.
Gloria has asked about this upcoming production with the help from Autumn. She's on her way. Are you interested in performing? And that's all it says.
How long will it take again, Jacob?
It would be like you have to be here like another week.
I'm sorry, I was barely paying attention to the last like 15 minutes. Do we need to stay for another week? Do we need more time here to do things? This is me to the group, by the way. Like Allie to group.
Sorry, say
I
it
don't
again.
think so, right? Because I think what we need is we need to go to Halavar for some gems, and then immediately after we're going to the safari. No, is my
Yes.
understanding.
Yeah, we gotta
I
leave.
don't know.
So I think it's just today. So no.
Yeah, I'm good.
Think
I
it's-
don't need anything.
Yeah, today's our last day here.
Okay, Idris will send a sending back over to our good friend and my brother, Laurent. Unfortunately, our time crunch has become upon us. I unfortunately am unable to perform. I'm sorry.
Sends off. No response. And kind of like leaves you back in that little like frustrated face, whether or not taken to your character or not. But I knock upon your own door of the Wormwood Chapel. Autumn Stoneturner has arrived to meet with Ymir and Walter Gate, and the rest of you have your own means of what you need to do. So, if there's anything that you guys need to discuss before separating for one final time for the day, now would be that time.
Say again?
If you guys need to discuss anything as a group before separating once more for the final time today, now would be the time to say those things.
We'll talk to Liam real quick.
Okay. You'll head out to go see Liam. Father Cruz, your sending scroll sends out fine. You'll await a response. Yeah, and the rest of you have the day to yourselves until your travel. Velu, I am going to say, can you make a history check for me?
Sure. I think I already know why I'm making this history check, but yes.
If you guess it, if you just guess it off the top, I'll give it to you.
You're probably gonna tell me that it's Nail, and I have 3 months away till I have to attend the ball.
No, roll.
Damn it.
That's just common knowledge.
Yeah, that's common though. Everyone knows this.
Everybody knew that shit.
Okay,
but-
then I'm making a history check.
But I'm proud of you
I thought that was the only thing.
that you're on there.
You said history?
History.
Okay. 24?
Big history check for you. You personally have never been to the Northwest Safari, so teleporting there is going to be rather difficult without a destination in mind. But
okay.
there's a couple places that you're familiar with in the safari itself. A couple names come back to mind from old lessons of this place, things that you remember in classes, like Baivasha is the largest like city in the Northwest Safari. Anaru Plains, the Karawang, Macaw, the Galawani Jungle, like these like big like names kind of come through your mind, and you don't even know where to begin as far as like where should we even arrive to.
Okay.
Might be valuable to do some research on where how to get to this location.
Knowing that, could I use my sending stone to talk to Nathaniel?
You will do that. You'll kind of take your time to do that as well. Carnelian and Idris, if there's anything you wish to do with the remainder of your day, you may do so.
I'm just getting that stone.
Okay. Idris?
Can I assist? I would like to find out more about the safari as well.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Awesome. You'll
Just to kind of figure out where to go.
You'll join Velu in like their conversation with Nathaniel. Let's kind of escort ourselves over to the conversation of Ymir, Walter, and Autumn. As Autumn arrives to the door, their hood upon their head still, a hot day for today. It's still the beginning of the year, so the cold and hot is just not really decided yet. The weather's very, bipolar this time, especially with the newest day of the newest cycle, cycle 390. Um, Arriving at the doorway, Ymir, you're greeting Autumn as they kind of arrive and they look at this place. And it says, just like look around, and says, "Is this like the new spot or something?"
It's our church. Come in. I need to speak to you. And Walter.
I was about to
Yeah, I'll
ask,
lead
did you
them.
become religious after all this time?
I've always believed in something. You're well aware of that.
She tilts her head. Tekros is definitely a choice. Just looks
Not
around the room.
my choice. And he'll lead them into like a secluded room where they can sit. Okay. As you're aware, Walter, when I first contacted you, I informed you of how I wanted to sort of start a cause in terms of trying to continue the Sandman's dream. Do you remember?
I remember your letter, yeah. He kind of like pulls it out from like his own pack and just like pulls it out again. Like he puts it a little bit on the table.
So, when I traveled into the Makoti with the Runiseers about, what, like 2 months, 3 months ago, we had a bit of a confrontation with the current Sultan of the Makoti. Are you aware of a kingdom that is being built within the middle of the sands?
Autumn makes a face of recognition. Walter does not. Walter looks around and says, "I left that place all back before even the Sue. I really don't have any idea what you're talking about." And Autumn's like, "Actually, I do know a little bit about that."
Do you know?
Genova, right?
Yes.
Just nods her head. The broker's dream. Well, turning into it. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's Mbai's dream. Whatever it is. They had this plan to unite all of the Genasi together in a single city. They wouldn't want the people all separated from one another, and they thought it would be best just to assimilate into a major city. But the place is a shithole.
Yeah, it looked like a shithole.
It kind of
When I
turned
was
into
there.
a capitalist's bullshit location, and the broker's right on the top of it all, like he wants to be.
Yes. So, I also learned a few things about the Sandman's children, you know. You are aware of me and Fuse's affliction, correct?
Both of them nod.
And how there were a multitude of children in a singular generation with this same affliction.
Walter nods. Autumn kind of looks like at you with like a recollection of memories, a little faint on the fuzzy on the details.
Well, after the Nova Night, the next children that were born of Genasi would have a mark upon them. After that, the Sultan before Raja took children into different locations. I thought that they would just sort of join some sort of like military or secret force, but in my arrival in the sands, it was worse than that. These children are taken to a completely different continent, stripped of their magical potential, and just gone from their families and loved ones. So, as it currently stands, you know me of a person who was quite selfish and really sticking their neck out for themselves, but after seeing that and learning of that, and my love for the Sandman and my family, I want a new purpose. And I have died before, he says as he looks over to Autumn, and I feel as though it changed me a little bit. I saw things. I saw the Sandman. And I want a purpose. And I need help. Especially from people who've been there. I need a case to be made for Raija. I mean, somehow regardless, I'm going to get into a confrontation with Raija in the near future because of just who she is. But the government and the way things are run over there is wrong. I don't personally like it. I understand you guys don't care too much about it at all, but you guys are kind of under my payroll now. So if you want to help, that would be helpful.
Walter like chuckles when you say under his payroll, and Autumn just kind of like looks down. She's like acknowledged all of this very seriously, but Walter kind of gives like a light chuckle after the mention of being on the payroll, and he looks back at you, says, "Kid, look, you don't have to ask us to help. We're here to help. That's why we came."
Okay.
And Autumn looks up at that and looks at you, Ymir, and says, "I don't know how much help I'm gonna be. That whole place is underneath the province, and the province doesn't give a shit."
I know. And I don't want that place to be under the province anymore. I don't want the children to be away from their families or have their powers gone. I want people to be able to do what I can do, the things that I am able to do and I've learned, and there's less of that because of them. I need information. Walter, you're a charismatic guy. I'm sure you might have friends somewhere in the world.
Maybe in
In
Makoti,
Makoti.
yeah, but like I really haven't been
That's
outside.
perfect.
That.
You have sending, right?
Well, yeah, I gotta know a guy though.
Do you know anybody in the Makoti that you can talk
I
to?
might know something. He kind of like scratches his head.
You were born in Sioux. I'm sure you know. Ymir
I,
smiled.
I'll reach out to some hunter folk, I guess. But like, as far as information goes, from my understanding, what's going on in the Makoti is all kind of kept in on lock, right? Like, no one's just gonna be out about talking about kidnapped kids.
I know. Which is
And-
why they need
yeah.
to be aware of it.
Look,
Someone needs to tell them.
if anybody knows, it's the rest of those nations, right? Like Zephyr and like all like he kind of shakes his head. Everybody knows what's happening in Makoti when you're in Makoti, and because they're not part of any of these major kingdoms, there's no one there to just kind of isolate and protect people. You know, it's just legitimately under Nimbai's rule. So, even if we did get information, it's still not going to change what may or may not happen. And it kind of sounds like they're done with it. There ain't no more kids to take, other than maybe he kind of looks over at Ymir, you, or whoever else got away.
Well, it seems like they're planning something, and I need to be ready for it.
My guess.
So
is
you're
that,
saying we need an alliance?
My guess is that we need to find out where these grown-ups now are. He kind of like looks around, or if there is other ones, and if you do know any of them, then follow them.
There is one that I had met, and she was taken and captured and taken to the place where all the kids go.
Well, that's good. Well, sorry,
If
that's
you ask
really
me.
bad. Actually, that came out weird. Sorry, that's not good. He just like really corrects himself. But locating a person's very easy. You can do that. That works.
Okay. They are over at the Fiasco League. That is where it was said that the children are taken to, and I assume that's where she was taken to. They are turned into something called E-Arcanium.
He like whistles like outwards. Like, all right, wait.
That is what Arlusha turned their new beacon into. The one that shoots out purple into the sky. That is from the blood of our people.
It's somber sounds from this room. It's just dead crickets after you say that. Autumn kind of looks
Yeah.
up at you and just says,
It's insane.
looks
It's
up.
genuinely insane.
If that's true, then it's horrible. God.
Yes. So I need you guys to get information from the Fiasco League, contact Ryan, figure anything out, and report it back to me so that I can figure something else out. Please. Please. And he'll stand up.
Look, you don't have to
There's
ask us
nothing
to
else.
help. We'll definitely help as much as we can. I don't promise that it's going to be, I'm not going to be able to solve all of that. That sounds like a lot. It sounds like almost cycles and cycles of work that's been done on this, and also sounds like a long time ago it all started. I think the best route is to just find where it is, and then maybe, I don't know, he scratches his head. I might know somebody out there too. I know that. Remember a few when I was in my younger days. He kind of like stares out and like kind of like glances out, like kind of like losing his mental for a second. And Autumn kind of like just nudges him and just looks at you, Ymir. We'll try our best.
Thank you. And Ymir will exit.
Where are you going?
The adventure with my friends. The safari.
Word. Walter says. And you see Autumn just like shrugs his shoulders. No clue.
Ymir shrugs his shoulder too as he leaves.
And that's your guys' conversation. Moving over to Velu and Idris for a second. Velu, you're opening your sending stone to talk to Nathaniel. Idris, you're nearby to learn this information. Go ahead.
Wakey, wakey.
It is the middle of the night there. That's basically the time comes, and you call in, and you hear just this Leonin like growl of a groan, like Velu. Hello.
Hi.
What time is it?
It's only like 9 o'clock in the morning.
He's just like blinking. I went to bed 2 hours ago. He just closes it. He picks up the sentence, so you hear him like readjust like things on the other side. How are things?
Well, apologies for the interruption. Velu is going to stand right in front of Idris, and things are good. Things are good. Or is there anything going on over there before I ask you about the safari?
No. He's still like, you can still hear his voice raspy from like whatever sleep he was in, and he readjusts his tone. Velu, what is it?
Oh, is there where should we go? Because Idris is curious about the safari, and we're gonna go to the safari, and we're wondering where should we start? Because I know like the big city.
Wait. Velu, you're going to the eastern continent.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me this first?
I thought the safari, like it's implied that I'm going to the safari.
But why didn't you
like,
inform me this earlier? I could have had a porter, like something. Never mind. He kind of like scratches his head. I'm currently in the safari right now with my family.
You are?
Yes.
Where at?
Kind of hears you in the background. Hello, Idris.
Hi, Nathaniel.
I personally live. He kind of like looks around and like he's like takes a moment of like waiting. I am in Baivasha. It is the largest capital city of the Northwest Safari. You know this.
Yes, I do know this. Okay.
But in the outskirts of the Anaru Plains is fine too, I suppose. He looks around. It's also Macaw.
Okay, but where should we go? Where do you think is the best place to start?
They don't necessarily have a plane hopper here in the Northwest Safari. If you know of a circle, you can teleport to it. If not, then A skyship?
Okay. Idris, Velu's gonna look at Idris. Where do you think we should go?
Or you could do, never mind, I have no clue. He's like, he's ruminating his own thoughts on his side. I can definitely tell he's going like through like his sleep schedule.
We could go to his place. He's located near the biggest city in the safari. Velu stares at Idris.
Idris just kind of like shrugs her shoulders. I'm also trying to figure out where my family's from, but you know, we don't have surnames.
Yeah. Well, we can try the big city then.
It just kind of leans to the sending stone. Any idea where my family might be from?
But Idris, I do not know. But if you are of the Golden Skies, as you told me before, that tribe exists outside of Vaivasha. They exist as prides. The Onins still practice some of their older traditions. It's a little outdated now, but maybe some of that still exists. There is a location or two.
Vasha?
Vaivasha. That is what my current location is.
Biggest city.
I guess that's where we're going.
Okay.
It's not that. And if there is anything interest in seeking out your older Leonin roots, perhaps I could assist in finding that for you, if you allow.
Sure.
Nods his head. And Velu, you have awareness that there are lords and ladies within the Northwest Safari that may be knowledgeable about the situations of Genesis.
It's okay. I think. I don't really know. Well, I'm gonna have to go to the ball anyways. You know this.
Let's avoid any detective locations in the city. Anywhere you see any type of detective magics, you might accidentally pop off a heraldry or two. He just laughs.
Okay. Would you know? Would you know the locations of where these heraldries are at?
Anywhere that seems important.
Okay. I'll stay away from those then.
If you see a lot of guards, maybe not that area. Also,
Okay.
I may not be able to entourage you when you come here.
That's fine. I wasn't expecting you to.
My family home is only just for my parents. And I was just visiting.
Yes. Of course. Do not worry. I will leave you be. I will not contact you unless it's really, 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 really emergent.
Like, you just hear kind of a pause. All of you coming.
Yes.
Splendid. You can hear like a little bit of like sustain in his voice.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'll let you go to sleep.
The
If you see me around, say hi.
The sending
bye.
sound ends. just like cuts off. Beep beep beep.
Damn it. Well, now we know where we're going to, Idris.
Well, that's a relief.
The biggest city.
We're going to be looking around further.
Yes. Hopefully we were able to find them. Probably not too hard to find. Maybe I'd never visit the safari. I've only heard of things from it, but never been. But I'm excited.
I am too.
Yep. As you guys have your little moment to talk with one another, mostly you want to talk to Liam. Carnelian, you're looking to get a sending a stone as well.
Yeah.
And then Father Cruz, was there anything that you're doing?
The diamond.
Okay, cool. Let me knock out the two of you, and then I'll get to Mimosa. For Carnelian, getting a sending stone. Let me see.
Boss is also planning on getting a setting stone later.
Okay. Through my freaking thing here, but I forget how to go through my collection. A greater sending stone, from what I have here, it is an item that you can actually put into your equipment as a greater sending stone. It's something searchable. It's like basically a 5-minute telepathy on the same plane of existence. The cost of getting one of these from Oracle is a little higher than where you got it previously, because you are getting it from a more expensive location. It will cost about 300 gold for a pair of sending stones.
For basic or greater?
Greater sending stones.
Okay, what about basic?
For basic sending stone. 100 gold.
100 gold. And what is the limitations with that one?
It's 25 words. Wait. It is two-way communication once a day. I believe it's like the limit of sending, so 25 words. Let me make sure. Yeah, you can cast sending from it. That's basically all it is. It is a stone with sending. So it's just 100 gold, but you get a sending once per day.
No, I'm good. I won't get one.
Okay.
You need money?
I always need money. I'm broke.
I'll give you. Oh shit! I cut out. I'll give you 50 gold if you're going to buy the stone. If you're not, you don't get it.
No, I'm not going to. It's still a lot of money for me.
I'll chip in. Velu will chip in half of the price if Father Cruz chips in half of the price.
Half? What do you mean
Yeah.
half?
It's 100, so we're
Yes.
both paying 50.
Yeah, we're both paying 50.
We'll buy it
Oh.
for you.
Okay.
Brokey.
Brokey.
Wow.
Like I better see this like nicest come back to me. I don't need money, but like I better see like Carnelian be like, oh God, here's your Christmas gift. I got you a pair of socks.
Forever indebted. Carnelian
I got you a
needs it.
stick.
Thank you.
That's worth 50 gold.
I
As
will
long
give you
as
50 now.
Karn's not owed to anyone, I mean, shit, he'll get it.
I mean, it's not a contract.
You owe me your life.
It
All
might
right.
be. It might
You
be
owe
a
me your
contract.
friendship.
This
All
gold
right.
curse.
You owe me confession when it's built.
It's okay. That's fine.
Are you getting a sending stone with the money from your friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you can remove 50 gold from your inventory. Then you get one
Okie dokie.
pair of sending stones.
Okay.
So ironically, you just signed a contract with the King
Yep.
of Genesis in like a couple
Oh, yeah,
months, and you're the slave of it. I'm sorry.
I'm actually Prince Way in disguise.
Yep.
Wow.
Idiot.
Got him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you get sending stone. You can add that to your inventory. Father Cruz, you're looking for a diamond. You're like specifically, you can get one from Oracle. You can also try to get one from somewhere else. Not gonna be too
All right,
difficult.
300 gold diamond.
Yeah, you can get that. If you want to haggle, make a persuasion check.
I will.
Okay.
And I'm at my +5 for my paladin shit.
Just walking into the shop and just fucking everything off the
God.
shelves is blowing off of it because your aura, you know.
What is it like? Okay, 6 + 8 is 19. I like manually add it because it's so slow.
Yeah, it's a little slow today. 19. Yeah. could probably haggle it down like 20%. A hero's discount maybe, or like a returning purchase situation. So
I know my brother's the mayor.
I actually know the guy who makes all the automatons. I can get a good word for you. um, yeah, we'll remove 60 gold from that, so you'll get it for 240. But its
Okay.
value is still 300. So
Works for me. Thank you.
240 gold.
All right, I'm all done.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for keeping it nice and tight. Mimosa, you're going to walk over and talk to Liam. Liam is in the training area as always, but he's also just kind of on his own right now. The other trainers are not present.
Mimosa will like he'll just walk in loudly so his presence is known and like raise his arm to like dap him up.
As you walk up, you see he's already worked up a sweat from like maybe even working out. He's in this like what's it called? He's not wearing like his normal attire. He's kind of wearing this like cut off tank top a little bit. His shoulders, arms, and everything else is exposed. His pants like very like joggers. You know, his boots still on. He looks like he was just like working out or something and working with some sweat. He's like drinking from like something for water, and he like looks at you and he just gives you like a fist bump into like a like a dab up.
Me and the group are gonna be heading out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was wondering, my aunt, do you keep an eye on her just in case something goes wrong?
Keep an eye on your aunt. What's that about?
I don't know.
Was your
This
aunt
whole
like a
hag
spy?
thing, that thing with my grandpa.
Oh, about that. He kind of like looks
What?
at you for a second. I lost the contact to that item.
Already?
He nods his head. It's too late.
Shit.
I didn't know how else to tell
Well.
y'all, but I didn't know you were leaving so soon. I was trying to figure out a way to get reconnected to it. Maybe I would have found it again, but it's been 2 days now and no connection.
I guess she was smarter than we thought.
Or it just got destroyed. So they could also just not know. But odds are they probably saw some random thing and just tossed it. But if it's destroyed, that's intentional. So, yep, pretty fucked.
We'll find her again.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, looks down to the ground, drinks water again.
You're the monster hunter. Are you backing down?
Okay. He just like rolls his eyes at you. That thing is barely a monster.
What would you call it?
Otherworldly demon, maybe, or sinister fey wild spirit. He kind of like looks into it. He's like putting his hand in the air, kind of like gestures some like creative way of like to name this thing. It's a fucking witch.
Yeah. But I don't think there's another choice.
Whatever we did though did make it weaker.
No, I noticed. It's like, it feels like the thing inside me is like asleep.
Careful with that. I'm glad you.
No, I'm
haven't-
not gonna mess with it too much.
Glad you haven't crashed out, or at least your friends have said.
Yeah. I don't think you would want to be around. They'd probably be better suited for it.
I feel like I've been around
Than
too
others.
much of that to see it from you. And just like looks around and like kind of gulps at that idea. Anyways, when do you leave?
Leaving tomorrow. I'm planning on getting sending stones. I'm gonna give you one as soon as I can, so we just keep in touch.
Why not just keep like a local sending stone like at each location or something?
Well, because I wanted you to have one personally.
He just like his eyebrows raised. He's like, "Are you gonna miss me?"
Yeah, I missed you the first time.
Kind of like tilts his head, like kind of leaning his eyes towards you, like in like a, "Are you like really?" Like a judgmental look.
What are you looking at me that for? What?
Hot shot. Big boy. He like punches you in the arm. Can't be missing anybody.
I miss who I want. Don't act like you're better than me. I'm sure
not.
you miss me too.
Kind of like looks at you for a second. Hard to read, as always, but makes a little smile. Yeah, man. I missed you. Can't say it would have been much less annoying not having you around, that's for sure. And I've definitely been engaged since rejoining with you. Kept me busy.
Oh.
Might take a contract while you're gone, if you don't mind.
Nah, as long as it's quick.
I'll be back at the Bastion before the day's end. Just some extra money on my own time.
Alright. Don't get yourself killed.
Shrugs your shoulders. Might.
Don't want to see your dead corpse again. Unless we'll just like harshly pat him on the shoulder.
I'm certain that most of these contracts have insurance.
Find better contracts.
Grayskull Services just is the best deals around. You can't knock that.
Oh, also another thing. So, my dad doesn't get on my ass. You owe 800 gold?
Huh? For
Monster's just scratching his head.
I owe 800 gold.
Oh, that's what he said. So, well, I guess reviving you, I don't know.
For he kind of like stares at you.
Monster's smiling, a little smug. I'm messing with you.
Sure, man.
I am.
He kind of like looks around the area and he's like, "Don't like I'll pay him back."
Don't worry about it too much. You know my father.
Apparently he is. Mr. Moneybags needs his gold back.
No, he has big ambitions.
Seems different. Remember when he used to be super ordained? Now he seems very chill all of a sudden.
He mellowed out through the years.
I don't know. When we first talked, all he wouldn't shut up about is balladism and all that stuff happened in Solaria. Tried every time to get the O'Connors to go over there. Maybe I should have listened.
I don't think you would like the sand too much.
I mean, Dryport was
Just more sand
better.
on sand.
Neither was Jonah.
Jonah wasn't too bad.
It's bad now. But
Oh, it is. Oh, it is, yeah.
Halavar is taking care of that. Well, I won't hold you up, man.
Most of it kind of like eye him for a moment, then just like wave his hand.
Later.
Bye.
It's like saunter off. He kind of like lingers a little glance for a second, shakes his head, and just kind of goes back to whatever workout regimen he was doing. It's like your little cutscene with Liam. Anything else I'm leaving out from all you guys?
I just want to buy a sending stone, that's all.
It'll cost you 100 gold.
Is the greater 300?
The greater is 300 gold, yes.
I'm buying the greater.
Okay, greater sending stones for 300 gold. Something you can search in for your inventory, I believe.
Okay.
Yep. Some greater sending stones. Later. Anything else from anybody? Oh, yes, Velu. One more thing for you. You still don't know how to teleport in to this location. The way that the amulet of the plains works is casts a spell for a location you're familiar with. You are not super familiar with it, so I'm going to advise you on what may happen during your attempt to teleport into this place. Though you know the capital, you would probably have disadvantage on your Arcana check using this amulet. You could try to go to a plane hopper and officially like go and teleport and get like the waypoint from that, spending the gold to get that location, etc., learning it as you go, and then having it as a permanent thing. But right now, the only way also that you could do this is using your teleportation circle in the perch. Arcanist Cell may know the location already and be able to send you guys there. Using your knowledge right now, it'd be risky to take your amulet. This is just information available to you that you know.
Even if I know the exact location of where Nathaniel's at, I can't use that information.
You would not be able to just teleport directly to him. That's
Because
also general.
the brand that I have, I know where he's at all times, and he knows where I'm at.
Yes, a general knowledge of location is true. Does not mean that you can visualize the landing location of where you actually are going to end up.
Okay. Can Velu then go talk to the person who's doing the teleportation circle then?
Arcanist Cell, yes, is Blue Dragonborn, who is currently looking to be recruiting somebody, maybe training somebody up. And you can approach that moment. You go over to the perch. In the perch, you're kind of like walking over and you see this Blue Dragonborn who's like kind of teaching some young scholar. You walk over.
Hello.
Oh, Layla, isn't it?
Yes.
How can I be of assistance to you?
Do you know? Hold on. Valu's like reading his book. Do you know where? I can't say this city right. Somewhere in the safari. Do you have like a Kodak? A teleport over
I have
there?
some code locations. Yes. Where are you trying to go?
I'm trying to go to. Oh my god. Where is it? I brought it.
Some minor cities.
Vavasha.
By Vasha.
Yes.
Vavasha. Taps his fingers. It's in the safari.
Yes.
I'm aware of some places like this. Not of a codex, no. I use an older magic of teleportation. The teleportation circle here is not of a codex similar to the plane hopper, but it will get you to a location nearby. I once traveled back in my day, yes, to the eastern continent, and it was a great time. I remember there was a strapping young man who had assisted me in some of my studies on the travel to a Blazon Academy, and a wonderful time.
That sounds really nice. But you do have a location over there.
Not by Vasha. He shakes his head no. However, I do have some places near Genesis that you could arrive to and maybe make your travels.
Sure. Like, where in Genesis?
He kind of like confides into you a couple locations. The first place he talks to you about is Stillwater Bay. Stillwater Bay has a little small town called Upover. It's kind of like a beach like town near the bay, and it's to the west of the city that you're familiar with. It would probably be it'd be a couple weeks. It'd be like maybe 2 weeks of just on foot travel to get to the major city, which is not terrible. The other option he kind of presents to you is the Crystal Mountain, a very large mountain that's very familiar to you from behind the Kingdom of Genesis. This is like the echelon of a couple of other locations too. he describes the location as like kind of towards the front of the mountain, where there's a small entry town where a lot of people teleport in and out for work. That's another option. And then he offers perhaps to take just from the Genesis outskirts and go that far, but that would be like a month's travel of on foot coming from the Genesis outskirts.
Is the Crystal Mountains closer, farther?
The Crystal Mountains would be a little farther than Stillwater Bay. Probably like 3 weeks.
Fuck.
Yeah. Everything on,
Okay.
if you're taking on foot from that point would be a little bit further. But it is closer in travel. Taking a skyship, from your knowledge, would take you about the same amount of time it would take from it'd be like a 2-week travel with a skyship from like Oracle.
Really? Oh, okay. Baloo, Layla will thank him.
Shall I
the
prep the
information.
circle for your travel to up over, or
Hold that thought. Let me look for other options, but I might come back to you.
Oh, very well. I will look
Thank you for your-
Yes, you're a practiced wizard, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Well, you understand the necessity of knowing a location. Let me know in advance so I can prepare. He kind of looks around the area and has little recruit disciple, and it's like, and the gems that we'll need to prepare for the circle in tune and time. And it kind of like not like the conversation like fades away with him talking to this recruit. His recruit is like snoring on him, basically standing up. Yeah, you get your information.
You said the other option was to look for, I think it was plane hoppers to
Yeah,
cost
you could
gold.
go to Oracle and like take the plane hopper over as a one time, but if you memorize the codex on the plane hopper, you could just know that forever. But it still will cost you gold. It'd be like 100 gold per person to plane hop.
Let's see how much fucking gold I have. I will pay. So 6 of us, 600 gold?
Yeah.
And we would be able to directly get over to
If they
the safari?
If
Like,
they have that
the largest-
location, yes.
But if they don't, fuck. Ah,
Then you do
why?
not do it. It's also like on a completely different continent, so it wouldn't be shocking. But there are. It's not. Let me describe this. It wouldn't be weird for there to be locations to Genesis to Oracle, but it may be weird for there to be a straight like direct like thing from the Safari to Oracle. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, that's kind of like the gist of your knowledge at this point. Is that you have options of where you could land, but without a knowledge of like what the surrounding area could be like, you wouldn't be able to like effectively use your Amulet of the Plains without some type of disadvantage. If you want to still try to do that, you also may just try to do it with all the benefits you get from your friends for rolls. It might not even matter. But you also could risk, teleporting into the abyss, which is very bad. So that's also up in the air.
I am not going to risk it, and I'm going to gamble to the fact that we should go to the planar hopper, and I'll pay for everyone's cost.
If you want to go
'Cause I have
if you want to go prior and just check Oracle on your own, you could have went with
Yes, can I-
Cruz and like Carnelian while they were out shopping in Oracle.
Could I do that?
Yeah, we'll say you just go and check.
Yo, brother!
Yo,
pick me
brother.
up!
Father Cruz, Carnelian, you're with Velu right now. They're currently walking about, checking out the scene, Layla, and the plane hopper. As you walk up to the plane hopper, You're looking at coordinates and locations, similar to how you're at like an airport and you're like looking at the flight times. You know, like this little wall of like little like locations, like here to ones and froms, like where you can go. This is a booklet that you guys can like you can look in. You see like flip a couple pages of like random locations. You see Twin Tail ports, the Rising Tide. You see Halavar. You see Sudar. You see Borgothi. You see some other like undistinct locations, Port Blink, Kristoff Bay, random locations. And as you kind of go through, you see Stillwater Bay, which is kind of more relative to the location you got. You see a town called Bugatti. And this town is unfamiliar to you, but it says that it's within the Northwest Safari, and it is recorded down as a codex location. The actual codex is not listed here in this book, but when they put it into the plane hopper, you might be able to memorize it.
Yeah. We're gonna.
Without a familiarity of where it leads to, it is a gamble.
It is a gamble. Belu's gonna talk to the group before he decides, or Belu's gonna talk to the group.
All right, you regather the 6 of you back over to the Wormwood Chapel, I'll say, after conducting your day's events, perchance. All 6 of you are back together.
Oh, guys, hopefully we got everything done for what we need, but issue, I do not know any place in the safari, and I am trying to find multiple options to get there the fastest way, and it seems like we either use my amulet, which I highly not promote this idea, and we teleport over there, which is really risky, or we use the planar hopper to get to a closer city, and it'll be a 2-week walk. What are we thinking?
I like the safer option.
Yeah, I don't want to fall out of the sky or
I like
be
taking
like
risks.
6 feet in the
Is
dirt.
it
I'd know.
possible that Idris's parents might know the coordinates?
Belu shrugs.
Idris blinks. She's gonna send a sending to her mother.
Oh, wow. Good luck with that. What do you say?
Thanks, man. Hello, mother. I had a question. What is your hometown called? And how would you get there? That's it.
Response. Hello, daughter. Baivasha is the capital, or large town of the Northwest Safari. I recommend starting there. My hometown was in Bugatti.
Oh.
Is that all?
That's it. 25 words.
Oh, Idris proceeds to relay the information.
Belu immediately says that there's a teleporter, or there's a spot in Oracle that will take us to Bugatti, which is in the safari.
Okay. Sounds like that's where we're going.
Yeah. So your 3 options laid out kind of in front of you guys is risky move with the amulet of the planes to get directly there. Plane hopper from Oracle to get to Bugatti, or using your personal teleportation circle to get to Stillwater Bay.
Oracle Bugatti.
Oracle
Yeah.
Bugatti.
Oracle.
Bugatti.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
Let's go.
All right. Cost would be about 600 gold.
Yeah, I got that. Well, I'm not paying for all.
Or just take it from
I'm
the party inventory.
You guys can drop it in your party inventory, and I'll take it.
My
Oh.
potty inventory?
Your party inventory.
Okay,
You
then
go
I'll just
Boston,
add
me.
100
Yeah.
to the party inventory.
I'm adding 100
Word.
to the party inventory.
I am adding 100 to the party inventory. Sorry, I don't know why it sounded like so manifested.
There's a lot of gold in there already.
Yes, because people are donating to their funds, and they'll have to let me know what they're spending their monies on.
I have $1 billion.
If it's in the party funds, it might find itself to somebody else if you don't declare it for something, so be advised.
It's our joint bank account. What do you mean?
Joint bank accounts. I can see what they transfer. All right.
Womp.
Groovy. Okay. As you guys have been existing for a long time in this world, plane hoppers are not new to you. I do not need to describe this scene to you. Bag of holdings are confiscated for a moment. You guys have to pass through
PSA.
nullification tiles, so any magic that you have concentrated on will stop. So if there's any concentrations of any type of magic that happen through this place, it will be nullified. You'll regather your belongings at the end location, and you'll take the plane hopper. As they're dialing in the location to go to Bugatti, you notice the dials like turning and clicking in their locations, Velu. Make me a check. I don't think anybody can really assist you with this either. It's a tools check.
Tools?
Yes, because in order for you to copy it down, you need to like actually copy the notes and what it is, you know. So
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what are your tools that you have on you to do this. Do you have clicker first?
Here's... No.
Let me see which ones you got.
I have... I have a dice set.
Yeah,
I'm a dice set. I
you're
can
proficient
gamble.
with the dice sets. Yeah, man. It would be a tools check because you're not proficient with any tools. You're just kind of getting a quill and a book. So, yeah, I'm gonna say roll me a intelligence check. You can add your modifier for intelligence.
Good.
It's not really Arcana. It's like copying information.
17.
17's good. I'd say you'd be able to memorize this for your next attempt of using the Amulet of the Plains.
Cool.
Making it an easier venture. Let me see this real quick. I am subtracting 600 gold from the party funds.
It's over. We're broke.
I didn't wake up in that Bugatti.
But Bugatti gone.
We? Who said we broke?
I'm not
We're
broke.
up.
Ew. You dirty peasant.
Ugh, you poor people!
Don't
Can't
lump me in
even
with you
donate to-
bastard.
Communion? Ugh, get out of my church.
Okay. Chill.
Just remember, who has the kingdom? I
I don't speak your broke tongue, peasant.
No matter if you have a kingdom if you're too poor to run it.
Oh god.
I'm not even poor. I have a lot of money actually.
You're so broke, your parents don't even want to look for you.
We got money, guys.
As you guys
You're not even in the
are standing in there, you guys are like,
No,
maybe,
fucking you in debt.
this
You
might be happening
negatives.
in your telepathy or something, but it would have ended passing through the nullification tile. But you guys walk through. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your message, Gion. I apologize. I would have had you play that if you wanted to. But anyways,
Nah.
it's okay. Anyways, moving on from that, you guys move on to the plane hopper, waiting to kind of like let it go and teleport you. Velu, you're able to successfully copy it down. Oracle people are like kind of like speaking to one another. Wizards are like, all right, dialed in 2 degrees north, 7 degrees south on the middle codex. we're all clear. And you're just hearing like different like people like sound off. You hear like some ritual casting. You see the different runes ignite, like all circling around. Can someone roll a d4 for me?
Why? I will, since no one said anything.
Word.
Yeah, you got that. Good job.
A 2.
A2.
You know what I imagine them being like? Spell control. Are you ready? Yes, we are. All the clear.
Launch.
Launch.
Just like you're going. It's like, ah. It'd be a fun. That'd be a fun time. Okay. Yeah, where'd it go? Yeah, with a 2. Your teleportation is very strange this time around. Velu, you kind of open your eyes and you see this like spirit kind of forming. Kind of looks like a. I think all of you start to see it too, and your eyes kind of like blink a little bit. It takes like it has a very large presence of it. Maybe like standing 7 foot tall. And it's like an elephant. And it kind of like steps on in the area. The trunk kind of waves. You don't hear any noises, but it's like a spirit, an ethereal type spirit. And Velu, as you kind of like stare at it for a moment, you see that the elephant kind of lowers itself down for you all to get on to.
I'm going to the front.
It's very large. I said 7 feet, but that's not like encompassing the entirety size of an elephant. That's much larger than that.
I'll get on.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to get on.
Y'all like get on, hop on her, giddy up. And as you get onto it, the world surrounds you and like almost like a step into like a scene from like Star Wars where you hit the light speed and all the lights just start zooming past you. The elephant walking at a normal pace, but like the world passing you by at a very fast pace. That motion sickness hitting some of you. But as it arrives, the elephant like lands its final paw down, or whatever what do they call? Is it a paw? Do elephants have paws? Is it like a? I don't know what it is.
But
Bad.
I guess it's a
Elephant's
pad.
foot.
It's pad.
Foot.
Yeah. Its feetsies hit the ground. Its foot lands, and takes a knee as the world around you is different, and you smell things that are different. It's later in the day, so it's just the rising morning for you guys now arriving in this location. So you guys may end up missing a long rest because of this. But the morning rises and you just hear the sounds of nature, birds, the morning, and as the spiritual kind of elephant kind of lowers itself down, allows you guys to step away, it rises back up and into mist. It ethereally disappears once again, and your travel is over, and you guys have now made it to your destination. Just about 100 to 200 feet away, you see a small like village town, but immediately to about, I would say like to your south, in the distance you can see a coast of the Stillwater Bay. It's not that far away either. To your north, this safari, this legitimate Serengeti type style of a location, random trees and palms, grass, and it breezes beautifully. It is nature. It is probably the most green you guys have seen as well, given the winter times you've been in. Kept well. Its yellows and greens are like a vibrant color that you guys have missed, maybe even in your time being surrounded by the autumn leaves that have turned into like dead wood. It smells like dirt, is the best way to describe, but the dirt is more of an earthen like rising of like nature than it is like a falling and crumbling, anything that's dying. It's beautiful here. And the sunrise peaks at you as emerging at the coast of the Stillwater Bay, or maybe even onto the side of like the eastern front. You see the sun peak, rise, and it is a beautiful morning. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Word.
You guys have arrived at Bugatti. All right.
Now to liberate these people with religion.
All right. Well, when we get back, we'll go discover this place that maybe Idris has some connection to. We'll find out.
And we get into a deep, destructive battle.
Huge. Destroys the peninsula.
Idris
What time?
dies.
What time?
We're gonna have
Pick
to
up.
resurrect her.
Season 3.
Jacob time. Jacob time. What time?
9:30.
Yeah, 9:30.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a shower. Bye.
Oh, Bobby.
I'm gonna do a little roll call here. Do you got potato? All right.
That if she's not here, to scream in her headphones.
Got a cat.
Ah,
Dion. All right. Allie.
Hello.
Hey. What's that?
I owe the IRS.
Okay. Nimbus.
Hey.
Hey.
Not kidding.
Well, I don't know how to help you. I guess I'll wait a second for Dion and Potato to acknowledge that I care about them and want them to be here.
Emma.
Emma, get your. Oh, I forgot your.
How was your break?
My
It was
car's
nice.
fixed.
Good.
What'd you do?
Finally.
I'm no longer mad.
How'd you do
Wow.
it?
Did you do the safety mode as Katie said?
It's called, I called Jesse, and Jesse
Who's-
goes, I'm gonna fix your car. And I go, okay. And then I walked out to my car, and then Jesse goes, you have to press and hold down the audio button on your screen. I said, okay. So I did that. And then it worked, and then it stopped, and then it was beautiful and perfect and wonderful.
Yay!
You had to hold the auto button. It's so stupid. What? Why is that even a feature?
I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I don't even know how it started. And he goes, I don't either, but you're okay. It's fixed. And I go, yeah, you're right.
I'm not gonna wait much longer for you guys, but I'm
Well,
gonna jump right back into it. I'm happy that your car stuff's fixed, though.
Thanks, Jacob.
For the rest of you, I don't know, have more car stuff that's a problem, I guess? I don't know. Last we left up. You guys have teleported into the Northwest Safari, specifically to the village town of Bugatti. You guys are walking at this point towards this location, unless you guys just want to go a completely different direction. That's also allowed. But you guys, I'm assuming, walk to the town that's closest, unless you want to do something else.
I would have walked to the town.
Yes, sir.
Aye.
Yeah.
Swaggeroony. You guys walk. As you guys approach, above in the skies, birds, but some of them larger than birds. These are Aarakocra. You guys are familiar with these types of creatures. But some of them fly into the air. Some of them acknowledge your presence. In flying into the air, you see one of them kind of swooping down nearby your group as you arrive. They don't stop you from your walk. Instead, they just kind of like sauntily like land with their wings out from behind, fold them inwards, and look over to like the group. Greetings.
Hello.
Welcome to Bugatti.
Thank you, sir.
You kind of
I guess I'm gonna like look at like Idris, the reason we're here.
Sorry, you cut out. What did you say?
This is Idris. We're here because of her. Is there anything special that you think we should see?
This looks at the group. You have not been.
Idris raises her hand. Hello?
Looks to you. Hello. Welcome to Bugatti. I am here to indulge your appearance. You are new. Are you not?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Well,
traveling,
mostly.
touring?
It just like looks to the rest of the group. Basically. I was told my family came from here, so it's mostly to, you know, explore my roots, I'd say.
Your roots? And kind of like looks over to you and like the rest of the group. I see. I'm Daxio.
a good name.
Just like nods. I can assist you in finding what you're looking for. If you would be so kind to follow. And the wings kind of flap into the air once again. They kind of like hover and glide with you guys. Some of you you might be on your carpet, Ymir. Some of you may fly just on your own because you have wings, whatever means you fly. But this person like just flaps and kind of like follows. It's like a sultry like way of following you all to assist you.
Oh shit, my Discord's dying.
I saw people drop in.
Discord
drop
is
out.
dying. Holy.
Holy schmoly.
I still heard you guys for
Uh-oh.
a minute there. Oh my.
Jacob turned into a robot.
Yeah, Jacob turned into a robot.
I'll
It's like you can
reconnect.
fly on your wings and then blah 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 blah.
Stand by. Hopefully that helped.
Nope,
Did not.
robot.
My session's being a little funky.
Why is it
Oh.
every time it's D&D time, Discord goes down? It's always like during D&D.
Let me reset my Discord.
Ooh.
Is it also Nim too?
I don't even hear him.
Holy shit, the sound
Stand
of
by.
I'm stand.
All right. Little technical difficulty. Not a big deal. Anyways, this guy, it's Eric Cochra, has flown from the sky to greet you all, introduce himself as Daxio, and they offered to assist you in finding what you're looking for.
I'll give him a pamphlet. Oh,
Ymir will look around at the Discord died again.
I don't know. I wanted to give him a pamphlet, but then I saw that my shit did not connect.
I heard you.
Yeah, I hear you guys fine. So anyways, yeah, if you want to hand him pamphlet, he's like in the air. He's like maybe 20 feet in the air from you. You'd have to like kind of like usher him down.
I'll give it to him next time he lands.
Okay. Yeah, he's like kind of flying overhead, and he's kind of like guiding you all through things.
What is he?
He's Eric Cochra.
Uh-huh.
One sec. I'll see if I can find like
Ymir's,
a just picture of him.
Okay. Ymir's like looking around, and he'll say to the group, "You know, this is the most life I've ever seen in my entire life. I lived in a desert."
Jamirbot?
Oh man.
Robot.
Oh my god.
My
I
think you sound better.
I think it's fixed.
Oh.
I think it's fixed.
You're fixed.
Ymir will
Okay.
just Ymir will just mention this place is sort of like the most life I've ever seen. I've lived in the desert. Is this how
Okay,
things are
freeze.
supposed to look?
It's very beautiful.
I wasn't expecting it to look like this.
I've read it in the book. It looks really amazing.
I wonder what we'll find out about your family, Idris.
That's a good question. I don't know myself. But,
Okay.
good place to start.
Maybe you're a royal. Wink, wink.
It just like looks over and she just kind of shrugs.
Why did your family?
It was to make an honest and noble living for themselves. Well, at least that's the story they told me. Now, I don't know how accurate that is. Considering my mother's high-strung attitude and my father's lack of a, attitude.
Can I get a group perception check?
Sure, you can. Yeah.
I was gonna use
Mhm.
D&D and Beyond, but I realized D&D and Beyond fucking sucks ass.
On Thursdays, ironically, when the most people are playing D&D, it decides to be bad.
12.
Word. It's a
Perception.
group roll.
15.
I got a 6.
Whoa!
So it's like, are there other ones here?
Who put the fire emoji? I don't
Cat
know.
did.
No, Dion and Emma haven't spoken at all.
That's on
I
them.
think
They're
Emma's
Like,
asleep, by the way.
oh my, okay, you know what? I'll just call her. Give me a second.
I've tried 3 times.
I'm gonna call her mom.
You got a special call?
Yeah.
That's oh, she's awake.
Wow, you summoned her.
She said she heard you.
Magic
She heard you
words.
say, "I'm gonna call your
I'm
mom."
gonna call her mom. And Emma goes, ah.
Go.
Flashbacks.
Just imagine you're about like Katie told me to wake you up.
What?
Bro has like
I
a
was gonna-
telepathic link to your mom. It was instant.
Emma, roll perception check.
Okay.
Welcome back.
For yourself and for your character.
No, for
Everything's
real.
fuzzy.
Holy shit. Now we're just missing Dion.
What?
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Yo, we might have summoning spells. I don't even
my
know.
I have-
bro.
I
This
can
is
summon.
crazy.
Yo,
Dion,
Dion,
can-
roll perception check.
Perception.
Uh,
Loves and kisses, Dion.
D&D
I don't know
Beyond
my
is loading.
roll when it's on live roll.
It's not loading.
D&D Beyond is just shit.
I think everything's
Oh, we
shit
did
right
it.
now.
I've just been
Yeah.
using my dice.
Facts.
We get on a,
I
we get on
got
a
a
flight. Go
21.
to 21.
Invest.
All right. Bring back physical dice. Let's go.
I need a physical dice.
Print your sheets type shit. You know what I mean?
What am I gonna do? Roll the paper?
Yeah, man. Rolling some paper.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
Oh,
I think that I don't think that's everybody, but I'm just gonna assume that people. I'm not gonna wait anymore for a perception check at this point. You guys have
17.
perceived the area. As you guys walk around the village here, this town is not a large one. It's actually modest, if anything. I think the entirety of the town probably exists like 100 people, maybe 200. Not that big. But its location is very regional because you can see Stillwater Bay in the distance, but you also see King's Gulf. You guys exist in a town between the two locations, very central to two different regions. King's Gulf being its own, port and city, similar to how Oracle would have like the Suncrest Lake. Stillwater is owned by most of the Northwest Safari, while the King's Gulf is like its own private area, and you guys are relatively close to that as well. So there is some influence from Genesis in this town. You can see it's a little bit more. The village is not like huts or like it's not very like safari like, if I should say, not tribal by any means. There's actual buildings and like what looks to be like crop and farms. It's just it's a town village. It's relatively nuanced to the places that are around it. And the populace is not super crazy. There's humans. You can see people around. You see mostly Leonin, Tabaxi, and Aarakocra, ironically, that are kind of around the area. It almost seems like that's kind of a majority almost is Tabaxi even. But a lot of Leonin you can also see as well. Additionally, in looking to the area, you see that a lot of the populace has some other interesting type of species that you guys maybe haven't run into before. For example, a knoll, it passes you once or twice. I don't know if you guys know what they are, but they're kind of like hyenas in a way, like hyena type folk species. That's just for your player representations. This like doggish type of mongrel like species. Not necessarily like the highlight of a location, but it is seen as like its own common, and they're not like treated any differently either. But you'll find your ways. Herringon, Tortle, like an occasional one, maybe some lizard folk, and that's really all you see in this town. Everything else that you maybe see in the Northwest Safari would be very rare. But Tabaxi, Leonin, Aarakocra, and these knoll type creatures are very, very popular. And Herringon. But as always, humans, orcs, shifters, elves, maybe even some like maybe a dragonborn or two you see as well. Not a. It's not like a very like you guys aren't standing out, I should say. So that's like your first primary perception. Secondly, from this location, there's this river that you guys can see in the distance to the north. And as you stare at it, Daxio, from above, he looks down and says, I see you've seen the Konagi River. That will lead you straight to Baivasha if you are looking to travel there. And
Yes.
Stuff that down to you all.
Eventually.
In this town, under the reign of the House Richmont, has prospered. Ma'am kind of like floats downwards towards you, Idris. Your group has suggested you've come here to search for something.
Idris like kind of watches as he floats down, and she just glances towards like the town, towards the river, and then back. Honestly, when my family immigrated from here, I always wondered what it looked like. This is the first time in the safari myself, so I was always told it's different.
Quite. Things have changed in the last cycles, but we still maintain some traditions. I'm assuming you were referring to the prides of the Leonin.
I believe so.
Are you of a certain pride yourself, or are you seeking one of your family members?
I'm mostly trying to see if we still have like extended family here still. My mother and father are located on the other continent with my siblings, so I always wondered if I had extended family that was still here.
Well, in Bugatti, you may find the pride of the Angel's Song.
Idris just like gives like a small smile. Oh, is that right?
Are you familiar with how these Leonin prides work?
Not exactly, but do you have a name that might coincide?
Let me take you all to a place of gathering, and maybe I could be of some assistance to you in educational purpose. If you'll have me offer that to you, I can leave you to it, however,
Please.
if you want to discover on your own.
No, any assistance would be much appreciated.
Very well. I'll take you to here. And he kind of like brings you along into the town. Some people wave and make like gestures to all of you. Like there's no recognition to your faces though. This is probably like the freshest of like recognition-less places you've been. Not being like idolized. Oh, it's the Runiseers. This is like the first place you've gone to where it's like they probably have no fucking clue who you are.
Netflix. Everywhere.
Back to being strangers once again. You walk over and you find that there's like an open kind of garden like area, lots of green and tree. It's kind of like opened as like this kind of like preserve, like a path and trail, but there's some benches and things like that monitor the river along the north, and you see that Daxio has guided you over to this like scene basically of staring towards the north where Baivasha would be in the very far distance. And he escorts like, please rest your feet, you must have traveled far.
Thank you. We appreciate your hospitality.
Of course. I might be meeting new people. But the rest of you, all of you, welcome to the Northwest Safari. Our people are humble and kind. Have any of you been here before?
Nope.
No.
Very well. Under the House of Genesis, which is currently under House Hasting, the Northwest Safari falls under a pact where it supports the ruling of the current leaders in King of Genesis, as all territories do. Ever since the time of House Hasting, an alliance has been made with House Richmont, which currently is the leaders of Vaivasha, and of that, the entirety of the Northwest Safari. This is an important name to know. I think it'd be wise for you to remember the House Richmont. To the south is King's Bay. Sorry, King's Gulf. I didn't say Bay. King's Gulf. The House Tanks is resident there. This is another name that may be important to you to remember. So, if you ever find yourself in the presence or near of one of these individual houses, be advised of the regency that exists in this world. We still
What was
live.
that second name?
Looks over to you. Tanks.
Thanks.
Yes.
How would one spell that?
E.
In common.
Yes.
He spells it Tanks.
Cool.
Which is just English.
You see, but Layla's about to spell it out for you, but Layla immediately covers her mouth.
As you go, like, and have the recognition of that, it's kind of look around and says, and to be advised, the personal relationships of those people and such are protected. They have been an alliance with the House of Genesis for longer than the current Hastings house has been in rule, prior to kings of that time. This land has been prosperous and has always been aligned to Genesis. So, be advised of
Wow,
that.
that's quite impressive.
Nods his head. There are new cities and towns that have developed in the Northwest Safari since then. Bugatti is one of the oldest, alongside of Vaivasha. We also have Macaw to the north of it. Everything else has expanded since. With
I see.
more details to you, looks over to you, Idris. Prides are a Leonin tradition. Most Leonins don't receive surnames. There are some special cases, such as being of a house, such as the Richmonts. The Richmonts, that is their surname. That is not what their pride names are, or their, the ways that they have been attuned to their prides of time. But prides work like this. I don't know if you knew this. You seem a little uncertain. When you are...
You can call me Green, I understand.
I'm not trying to be rude to you.
No, not at all.
A small lesson. Leonins traditionally, before the divide, had assembled prides based upon the time and phase of which you were born in each cycle. In order to create a balance of the prides, each one was designated a name. The Angel's Song is one of those phases, in representation of Tekros. Each one representing their own phase of the lunar cycle, of what we live on Lycorium. When you become of age, and you are born within your phase, you are assigned to a pride. to leave your home and become one with the tribe that you have known. This is a common tradition. So, when you are through living with your parents, learning everything you can through your prides, you must leave and become one with your newest pride. Take on the duties and jurisdictions of those locations. The Angel's Song is located in Bugatti, but there are many prides that exist on the outskirts or within many different locations. We just happen to be within this city that was established because this is where our land originally was. I'm saying our. He smiles. The prides are more than just Leonin now. The tradition has expanded beyond just Leonin birth, and many different species have found themselves within the practice of these traditions.
I'm sure that's been a welcome change for you.
It's also invited the course of tradition to fall out of Leonin, where Leonins no longer follow this tradition. So, it's not wise to assume any Leonin does fall within a certain tribe, but it is likely. So, if they have a surname or have chosen a surname, it is often as a sign of abandonment to their tribe. This is probably a best lesson for you all when it comes to last names in regards to the Leonin. Does that make sense?
It just like nods her head, but to the group, there's like a slight twitch in her eyebrow that they all could notice, and it's just like a weird like tweak in the eyebrow for her as she hears this.
What is it?
She just shakes her head. So, of the Angel's Song is here.
Nods his head and said, right. Now, if it was your mother who's part of the Angel's Song, they would be part of the Huntress and the Hunters of this pride. And if it was your father, then they'd be part of the Defenders. And that's the best way to determine their roles in the sake of this current pride. As far as connections and things of that nature, I don't know how long it's been, but they may still be around if they know them.
Idris she like folds her hands behind her back. Is my mother.
Right. The current leader of the Huntresses is Kime of the Angel's Song.
Any chance I might be able to meet with her?
Perhaps, when they finish their hunt in the night. It is just the morning they have left for the day.
If I may interrupt, is a hunt like a normal thing?
No. This only happens every so often. Initiations usually require a hunt of some kind, and as they get new people within the pride, they bring them out towards their hunts. Usually begins at the beginning of each week. Naturally, however, our leader likes to maintain a good course. The leader of the pride is Prithion of the Angel's Song. It is up to their jurisdiction how we do our hunts in defense. But this is all tradition. Again, this is not how the town itself of Bugatti operates. This is just what happens around. People still live amongst the city and do not have to respect the traditions. We do not expect that. But if you do notice something going on that is traditional of sorts, pay attention, is all I ask. You might learn something.
I don't know.
Nods his head. His kind of like ruffles his feathers once again, kind of like looks around the area. The Northwest Safari is very beautiful. And we like to keep our nature as much as nature as possible. We don't like to bring in too much arcane invention to what we do, but it is hard to ignore that the future is around the corner of every doorstep. Vaivasha has integrated new arcane technology and is a larger town and city that may contain shops, things like that of nature, if that's what you look for. This place here in Bugatti is just a town. Simple location, a home, and in practice, loyal to the kingdoms. I don't want you all to be in the dark, but the House Richmont is a very strong house. And if you were to find yourselves disrupting anything within the area of the Northwest Safari, to answer to them is brutal, I will say. I've seen many situations where most of it comes down to a hunt, but not of one that you participate in, but one where you may be the target of.
It just kind of shares a look towards Layla.
You see Layla kind of slightly nod at what this person has said.
But of course, one of those hasn't happened in a very long time, and no one has ever dared to go beyond what the statute of limitation could be for such a treacherous thing.
When's the last time something like this happened?
Cycles ago. Many, many cycles ago. 50 to 100 cycles ago. I wasn't even alive. But it can be this harsh given the circumstances. Most of the time, it can be forgiven. Richmont is a forgiving house. They do have origins in some of the notable homes and things. He kind of like looks around the area and kind of stares at you again, Idris. And of you, you look to be interested in these prides. Do you yourself belong to the Angel's Song?
More so a descendant. I'm of the Golden Skies.
Kind of like opens his eyes at you and says, that makes a lot of sense. The Golden Skies of dignity, grace, and ethic. Their pride values. I can see that in you.
Really?
I could hear, like, Allie, like, rubbing her hair behind her ear, really. Yeah, he just nods his head, and he's like, indeed. Matter of fact, one of the Richmonts is of the Golden Skies as well. I believe that is Lord Richmont. Lord, which one is it? Lord Aaron. Which is the leader.
Is that right?
Nods his head.
I
Says,
had no idea.
however, the pride of the Golden Skies does not exist near Bugatti. It actually exists far to the east. Sorry, west. Far to the west.
To the west.
Indeed. You'd be looking somewhere towards, he like ruminates in his head a little bit. Jacob looks at the map about where that would locate, you know. Maybe towards Karawang or Pagoda Valley. Places you are unfamiliar with.
It just kind of gives like a patient smile, and she nods her head. That is quite the travel, it seems.
Indeed. To travel from the Angel's Song to there as a child must have been difficult. But you say you've not been here.
Correct.
How intriguing. He kind of like smiles at that. You can search here if you like. I'm sure that the Huntress would know of all of her warriors of past and now.
I have a question for you. The Pride of the Last Rest, where are they located?
I like thinks about it. The last rest would be located near Macaw,
Oh, so not too terribly far.
just north of Baivasha.
The gears start grinding in her head, and she kind of makes a face a little bit. I see.
Hopefully you've all learned something, and I haven't prepared you. I prepared you enough to stay within the Northwest Safari. It's a kind of a duty of ours to know when newcomers come in and to give them an opportunity to do the right thing. You find too often that some people visit and make mistakes and cause problems. So, as one of the pride of the Angel's Song, he kind of nods his head. I hope I've assisted you.
You have done us a great deal. I appreciate your help.
If you need me again, you may see me in the sky. You may call upon Daxio, and I may answer, or I may not, if I'm busy.
Well, thank you.
Nods his head. I'll be off. Enjoy your time here. It is beautiful. And it is the morning. And he kind of like flaps his wings and flies off. You guys are kind of just left with this view of the north, like the roaming plains and trees, the leaves and bristles of like grass, like kind of flowing along. You can see like maybe even in the distance, like actual just regular animals, like similar to like how, just a, like a prairie would be. It's open. It's a reserve in some ways. It's very pretty.
So, where are we off to?
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think we should start, Idris?
I think it might be wise if we stuck around and waited for the leaders of the hunters to come back.
That
I
is so true. We should find a tavern.
She probably has information
know
that I'm
about
looking
that.
for regarding everything here.
Yeah, you just have to wait for like kind of half the day to figure out what's going on. I'm gonna time skip you guys a little bit. You guys manage to walk around the town and get familiar. You meet with some interesting like people. Kind of like there are some like minor trades going on if you guys are interested in the commerce of this area, but most of it's in food and like vegetation. Some minerals, Ymir. There's an interest in like some more like oceanic rocks and materials of the Gulf. Some quartz and things like that, but nothing like special. That's like like pearls, for example, are very like a common trade here. Nothing that's like depths of the soil further. It's too sandy here to have anything more precious. But you do see that they do value like things of like the ocean here.
Okay.
As far as like weapons and shops, you see a lot of people carrying who are warriors that are like maybe guards or like sentries, spears, crossbows, bows, swords. There's no real influence of like the Kingdom of Oracle where they have like a lot of automatons and like these new age like inventions. This is a very plain like village in its like most humble regard. It's down to earth in a way that kind of feels separated from society, but you can definitely see there's prosperity as like houses and things like that have like common modern facilities. Like there is a tavern, but the tavern is like a shared open court where it's like the tables are all outside. It's just like a tiki type bar situation where it's like everything just exists and expresses the view of the location. It's very to the nature around it. If you guys want to go searching around for anything, feel free to let me know. While you are
I want to
waiting.
know about the local religions.
Okay. You can make a charisma check if you want to just talk to people. If
Okay.
you want to just do your own research, it'll be intelligence.
I'll do charisma, like just a straight charisma roll.
Yeah, because it involves a multitude of different skills.
Okay, 18.
18. For religions, I mean, other than the tradition of the prides, other types of species have their own practices that are not necessarily religious. It seems like a lot of people who live in the safari kind of like do this natural belief that there are pride gods and that they were like the original like gods. There's no real like truth to like anything that's like Horium based, like for example like Oros or even like Saint Eli or anything like that. They don't really seem to like understand in believing in like the new gods. They rather just like, you know, acknowledge that the old ones have been divinely separated and everything else is maybe like, you know, not purposeful for them. So it doesn't seem like people are interested in learning new things, but they're not like anti like religious. It seemed like they've maybe just, you know, accepted that the divide has like basically separated them from the old ways. That's really the only religious touch in this town, at least.
Cool.
They're more into trades, I guess you should say. Anybody else doing any types of research, looking around, anything like that?
I'm most just researching what kind of drinks and food they're serving.
I mean, lots of gamey foods. Anything that kind of like tantalizes you as a drink becomes a very clear like sign of like wine is big here. Very big wine country. Wine and not really necessarily wheat ales or stuff like that, but like this, what's it called? It's whiskey basically from the trees and like different like whiskey from the oak that may be around and like oaks and wines. So that's like kind of the flavors that you're pitching on yourself here, and the taste is like tremendously different.
Well, I was just gonna buy some bottles of wine to bring it back home to Monami.
Yeah. Get through customs with that shit. Yeah, it's not hard to do. You spend like maybe like 3 gold just to have like a couple of like 6 bottles. Be like 5 silver per bottle. Anybody else?
Oh, scroll. Oh, scroll.
What are you doing
Give me-
crunches right now?
Give me those spell scrolls right now.
Scribbled on the
right
ground
now.
saying future, but it's just Velu saying spell
Future.
scroll.
Spell scroll. Give me the spell scroll right now, Jacob.
What do you want me to do? Like, what are you talking about spell scrolls?
I want spell scrolls. I'm looking for spell scrolls.
You can make a investigation check.
Oh, why do I have to?
You asked. What do you mean? Why do you have to?
Oh no, I have to look for something.
God damn it!
Sigh. God damn it! I thought it would magically come and float to my hands. I
What
guess
the
it
fuck
doesn't.
is Velu on?
What's happening?
Die.
Self-monologuing here.
Investigation. It's gonna be a 22. Yep, 22. Spell scroll.
Okay. You do find a spell scroll.
Oh,
It is a singular one, and it is a
Yes?
cantrip. Mage hand.
Which one? Oh, that's cool. Cool. Thanks. I'm gonna. Can I buy it?
Yeah, you can buy it. Costs like 100 gold.
100.
I I mean, it is still a spell.
Who has Mage Hand?
I do.
I don't want it then.
You leave it behind. It's a singular spell scroll.
Sigh.
A rare find, nonetheless.
Yeah.
You were saying something.
So, could Ymir be just sort of on, like, as we're walking around and stuff, just peering into, like, the magical distribution here in terms of who's able to cast spells and who's not? I assume it's more like warriors.
I mean, it's a mix because some of the people who are here like don't blend in with the crowds because they do come from like Genesis itself. So there's a sign of people who just practice arcane. I mean, you see wood elves who are practicing druidic, like circles and things like that. A lot of druids. If you're going to notice any type of magical presence here, which is a little off from your common knowledge. Rangers, of course. There's some sorcery in ways. You do see that there's a building kind of designated to like a little bit of that.
Beep boop.
Robot. Can you?
Robot in disguise.
Why am I at 5,000 ping?
Robot.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, thanks. Great.
You sound great, Katie.
Ba 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 ba.
Ba 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 ba.
This might be a Florida thing.
Oh, we're back.
I think it might be a Florida thing.
Y'all are back.
It's just me and you like twice now. Them servers are getting hacked. What'd you leave off? What'd I leave off on before I got cut off from you?
You were talking about druids and
Yes.
like wood elves and stuff.
Yeah. So like you've noticed some wood elves, druids, just of normal like of the circles, rangers, which are also spellcasters in like their own like mini regard, like a half caster, and then you have some sorcery. The sorcery that you're seeing is kind of more along the lines of what would it be? You see a lot of draconic ancestry sorcery more than anything, which is just the most common like sorceress paths. But draconic ancestry can be like awakened from like any like line of person, so it's not like a branch of like wow, that's rare. It's just like, oh, you just happen to be having draconic ancestry and you have some magical powers that you haven't like adapted into. You'll see somebody like using like a common minor illusion cantrip or something like that. That's like demonstrating in that way. There is a building that appears to have some magical practice going on in it for like some like training regiments, but like it's not like inclusive to anything that you would like be advanced from. It's small, like maybe like 10 people.
Every now and then I'm gonna break off from the group to petition to some of these sorcerers if they want to excel their magical abilities at some point in their lives.
They kind of like gives you some attention. You see like these are like breaks within like certain groups or classes, and some like Leonin like teenagers kind of like walk up to you, and they're like one of their hands is on their hips and they're kind of staring at you. It's like, so are you like a sorcerer?
Yeah,
Okay.
I dabble in a lot of different things.
Like what kind of things?
Oh, sort of like I grab something from the world and he takes out his emerald. Then I cast a spell for myself and the item, and it changes the spell.
They kind of like stare at you for a second. It's like, wouldn't that just be like conjuring?
No. It adds on a school. You're familiar with the schools of magic, correct?
One of them looks blank like at you for a second, obviously not familiar. The other one like kind of like rubs their head. Still a teenager, kind of like scratches their head. It's like there's like 6 of them, isn't there?
I believe there's like 9, but it doesn't matter. Either way, when you cast a spell, you choose a school of magic to go through that property of the spell. That is something that you just know, or that's just the basics of magic. Now, applying a second school of magic is something that not a lot of people can do, except for sorcerers.
They kind of stare at you. It's like, my dad probably could do it.
Why don't you talk to him and ask him if he wants to excel his magic?
He kind of like looks.
It's a game changer.
Looks at it, it's like, maybe I might. He kind of like looks over at the other kids, like kind of elbows him for a second. Like there's like some inside joke you're not getting.
I'm gonna go, but if you're ever wondering, contact Ymir.
Okay.
And Ymir kind of walks off.
Bye, blue guy. Ymir.
Yep.
You walk off. Like it's a little awkward. The teenagers like kind of look at each other. It's like, why was he talking like this? It's like they're like starting to mimic you a little bit, behind your back a little bit, a little rude.
It's okay. I'm gonna just smite them with fireball.
I turn around and cast fireball. I don't care how small the room is.
I'm gonna pull a ghetto, bro. I'm gonna pull a ghetto.
You said what? Yeah. Anything from anything from Carnelian or Idris?
I would actually like to go around and see if there's anyone who might be playing music.
No one like immediately playing like any like notable musics. The tavern area, which is not like alive in the mornings, you see musical instruments that have been strewn about, so people do play music, but there's no one present to be playing those things at this time.
Cool. Well, I would like for Idris to just kind of like dabble in a little bit of light music, nothing like crazy, but just enough to kind of have people be like, "Oh, what's that?"
Yeah. You can do so, and then I think you draw enough attention to yourself to where some people like kind of like acknowledge you or like give you like kind of like a smile and enjoyment of like your tune. And as you play, you see some people who are like trying their best to like give like acknowledgement to you, but also finding themselves kind of passing in like a regard of like they don't know you. So it's like a common gesture of that person. It's like, wow, you're really good at what you do, but I really gotta go this way. And like kind of like it's passing, busking.
I like really have to go right now.
So some of that happens, but it is nice. You give a little bit of a pleasant appeal to your song. And Carnelian, was there anything you wanted to do?
Karn would like to look for any job opportunities.
Yeah. In Ugadi, there is like a little board that kind of exists of like certain things going on. It looks like they're looking for materials more than anything, and it looks like those materials come from animals and beasts that may exist within the safari. So very commonly, you can go out and search for like certain beasts, grab their pelts, skins, things like nature, and they use those things in traditional and just their own regard. On this board, there's a couple of bounties for certain beasts that are in the area. You do see that there is one for an owlbear, which is like a invasive species. It's not supposed to be in the Northwest Safari, but you do see that the numbers don't track to how many there actually are. They're not sure if it's a colony or like there's multiple, but they do know that it has been like basically taking out some of the food source that they even use for themselves. That's like one of the bigger quests that are on this board a bit. It seems as though no one's really taken that down.
I will keep a. Is there like a location?
It doesn't. It gives a generalized like how to get there, but it doesn't like have a map. If that's what you're asking.
Okay, that's fine. Carnelian will jot that down and then go back to the group.
Everything else that's on that board is just like the same. Like if you see it, bring it back and we'll pay you type of quest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karn will
it's
just
turn.
jot all of those down or like a mental note or something
I'll
and
give-
keep an eye out whenever he travels.
I'll give you a list of the local beasts whenever this session ends.
Okay.
Because you'll be able to note that down. And with all of you guys kind of doing your own little path of something, the day passes until night when the hunt and the huntresses arrive. Idris, you've played your song. Mimosa, you've been able to like basically babysit the tavern while no one's been there. but people start showing up and you start having conversations and meeting new faces. Father Cruz, you've actually inspired some people to look into religion once again since you've been here, and some of them do want to follow into what you have. You're a very persuasive person, and in mentioning the holidays of Halo, I mean, how long has it been since someone celebrated a holiday? So, it's definitely something that you've inspired some people to do. It just your music has brought a lot of people smiles upon their faces, and it makes it easy enough for you to introduce yourselves to like anybody you meet. Velu, it's been very difficult to kind of assimilate and look around this place because as you kind of take notice of like the things you don't know who's who and what the important figures are, but you were heeded a warning that things that are heavily guarded may be places to stay away from. But there is not much guardian sake here. But when the huntress and her hunters arrive, her warriors, you don't know whether to take that as a sign to escape their view or to be allowed. I think you just are not certain. Ymir, there is a couple of callings for your name, for Ymir, as far as like sorcery goes. You're an influential person and naturally charismatic as well. And I think you managed to get some people interested in the hooks that you want to throw of like learning this new type of spell, this new type of magic, this practice that you have come to learn. I think every single one of you has an impact just in the short day you've been here. And I think your names are becoming notable as you maybe have introduced yourselves so smallly and surely. As the huntress arrives, Kime, they arrive bringing back a lot of their warriors. Some of these warriors wear armor, like not just like leather armor, but we're talking like actual plate mails and all these like other things that kind of like assimilate them. Not only just fighters and rangers, but you do see some of them druids, some of them spellcasters of some kind. These people are fighters, like its own band of like 20. And you see that the warrior Kime shows yourself here, which I will send a picture. Large axe kind of flies down to the side and undoing their bracers and armor. They kind of like sit down for the night, and you hear like the fire start to stoke for like a feast basically for the night as a hunt has been successful. You see younger Leonin and Tabaxi, who have been included into this pride, have like kind of like started cheering or like started gathering to like recognize and congratulate people who are successful. And there's some people who maybe weren't as successful, some people who are looking a bit somber, who are being consoled and urged to, get it the next time, kid. These type of feelings kind of like spread around the area. And as Kime sits and rests herself, Idris, you find yourself an opportunity to approach.
Idris approaches.
Yeah.
Very like light on her feet.
Yeah. As you approach, the ear kind of flicks back as you kind of take notice. She turns her head and smells. Looks at you. Turns her head completely. My pleasure. Who you are?
Idris. It is wonderful to meet you.
She kind of stands up. She's still taking like her other bracer off. She kind of just drops it to the floor next to her. The shoulder gauntlets kind of go off the shoulders and drops to the floor as well. She looks at you. What do I have the pleasure?
Idris just kind of smiles very slightly. You are the huntress.
She nods her head.
Kime?
Indeed.
Idris just kind of gives like a very polite and deep bow. It's an honor. I am a descendant of who I believe used to be in your pride.
Is that right?
Quite some time ago. She left. before I was even born, but
She kind of crosses her arms at that. Oh.
I was wondering and seeking out information mostly about my own heritage and how it applies to the pride that she used to be a part of. Her name was Sorcha.
There's a glint of an eye of recognition. Sorcha. Sorcha. Are you her daughter?
That would be me.
She smiles. Sorcha is a lovely woman, but I understand why she had left after all that time. That is quite a shame.
Her eyes kind of widen a little bit, and she tries to fight back her own excitement for a second, and she just kind of clears her throat. Why did she leave?
It's a bit embarrassing. Are you sure you want me to share that? It might ruin your image of her.
And you see Idris just kind of like she kind of puffs her cheek out for a second. She goes, "To be honest, you know, my mother has always been very prideful,
Ironic.
very not stuck up, but very above the station, if you know what I mean. So anything that might..." And you see Idris just kind of like, her head goes side to side for a little bit. In a nice way, but maybe humble her.
Well,
We were all young once.
harmony and order are the virtues of the angel's song, and she definitely had the order part right, I should say. She smiles again.
Isn't that right?
Your mother was a beautiful woman. Matter of fact, she was one of the chosen women that would have married into the House Richmond.
Oh.
One of each of the prides was offered as an opportunity to mate with the Lord Richmond, Aaron Richmond, and she was one of those. Because
did not
every
know that.
house needs a lady. And she smiles. It ended up not being as easy. It turns out that the House Tanks was more interested in creating an alliance, so all that time and effort put towards creating something within our own safari was instead given to the Lady Singh, Ernie Tanks. She kind of like looks over to like the side and says, "Poor Sorcha took it so hard. I think that she actually thought that they were in love with each other."
She just kind of stares, and Idris just kind of processes that information.
It was a long time
Oh.
ago. Me and your mother actually used to run together as part of our warriors.
No, Jacob Bud!
Ah!
Oh, Jacob, assemble!
Autobots,
Voltron!
roll out. You hear
Oh.
me fine?
Oh god.
Oh my god. Is it
Yeah.
just Florida people? Hey, Nim, talk. You should talk.
Oh
my God.
That's so bad.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm glad that I'm catching my microphone.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
What the fuck?
Dion said, "Is Florida's getting bombed?"
It's happening right now.
Oh,
Help me!
Jacob sounds normal again.
Help me! Help me! Help!
Wait, Jacob, speak.
Hello,
Oh, hey, what's up,
Jacob
guys?
sounds normal. Oh
How's
yeah,
everybody
sounds
doing?
normal now.
Hi, guys.
guys.
Ellie, are my notes correct?
That's crazy.
Maybe. Anyway, what were you saying, Jacob?
Anywho's, she was mentioning to you, your mother and I used to run as similar warriors underneath the Angel's Song when she became a part of the tribe. Albeit, Kime was a lot younger since that time. your mother being a little older than she was.
So she was betrothed. Well, no, she would have been
Promised, I guess. But so was, 11 others. It's not her fault, but I guess when you spend all your time fantasizing about being a potential royal, it gets to you, and maybe that just something sparked within her to not believe in all this. I don't know. I don't know your mother that well. We just hunted very well together.
And that's why she left.
I do not know. I assume so. I mean, that was the last time I had saw her. She kind of eloped, I thought.
Her eyes, like, she is, like, looking down at her hands for a second, then she, like, looks up. Maybe.
Shrugs her shoulders.
I don't know an exact timeline, but if they did elope shortly afterwards, it would make sense.
We have no reason to push her away from what our pride has gone through, but it was a shame to not see her on the next hunt. So, some people just leave, and we all know that traditions die.
She kept her name.
And she, like, chuckles at that. She didn't choose a surname when she left. Oh, poor thing. Maybe she really
I
did
think
feel that way.
Well, she has a lot of pride in who she was, who she is.
There is a love of this place, for sure. But maybe she felt as though she didn't want to truly abandon her roots, which is a nice thought. She would always be one of us. But maybe there's better opportunities where she was going.
What do you know of the Golden Skies?
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, every pride has its own virtues and nature, but I don't know much about the hunters or huntress or the pride defenders, but most all the prides are very, very well together. There's no real outlier of underperforming and overperforming. Everything's balanced. So we just separate ourselves in prides to, I guess, tradition. You can make a intelligence check, Idris.
Yo, I'm dumb today, bro. 9.
9. There's probably, like, really cool reasons that, like, the prides all separate themselves and do all these things through the phases. But, like, the most ideal scenario you can think of is the primary that you've been told already by Daxio, which is when they come of age, they must leave and go to their prides. And it's kind of a way to, like, do, like, a coming of age for children more than it is for adults.
Let's make that roll better, Jacob.
Let's make that roll better.
Instead, you get a 15 on that base roll, Idris. As Ymir's just kind of chilling, sitting around doing fucking nothing. He just sees that you're, like, really thinking hard. And he just takes out a card. He just shrugs.
Throws the card like Gambit.
Different
so that
timeline.
would be, that's an 18 now then, Jacob.
Holy moly. Share! My share! Just throws-
Yeah. I got you,
Share!
Share!
I got you, share. Okay.
I want more info.
I want to know more.
W.
I'm going to explain this then. I'm just going to give you the Jacob explanation, and then you can turn it into however she talks to you about it.
Okay.
Leonin are very territorial, as
Real.
they are. And mainly because when they originally owned the lands of this place before the divide, they never really gave up those like territories. Cities were just kind of built on top of them, and they just, allied with those things. The House Richmont represented the Safari as a whole, but many lords and ladies still exist through all those smaller territories, so it's not the only lords and ladies. And because Leona never give their last names, their kin last names, which is also similar to like Dragonborn and Orcs and everything like that, they would have their spawn like ritualistically, right? So it's like some people would preconceive, like to think about how to have their kids within a certain phase so they can be part of like, their, like pride, so they can keep their kids nearby and stuff like that. But like some people just didn't do that, they just didn't want to plan like ahead and do those types of things. Planned conceptions within the cycles and phases were really big for this tradition. It is an old practice now, though. Like, this is not like a common Leonin specific thing to do. Some
Jacob
people
bot?
do. Every time.
Jacob bot.
Every time.
John,
Bye.
anytime there's lore, it's just.
And it's always the good lore too.
It's
Like-
always good lore!
Real. There you go.
Alright, anyways, yeah. So basically, some keep this practices, and even some other species now practice it, but mainly it's not common anymore. It used to be very common before the divide. Leonin, when they conceive children, often must abandon their cubs to their clans when they come of age, which is often like 16 years old. This is also a driving nature of why this like tradition has fallen apart. It's because the abandonment of children has become like a very hard thing to do in the time. So it's just something that people don't align with anymore. Being with their kids is like something that people have become accustomed to and often find the privilege of. Before the divide, it was more like an honor to give your child to needs of like your tribes and your prides. Not that way anymore. It was not only just for keeping populations filled, but for putting of-age Leonins near one another to continue the circle of conception and keeping inbreeding at a very low risk.
Freaks. Anyway.
That's just the truth. It's like it's a way of being able to like continue a cycle without worrying that you're going to be with your parents about it.
Real.
It's very common. It's actually how most civilizations grow. Also, each phase, a pride was responsible for the rise of their newest kin, as well as each phase, their pride's like trials and like what they would have to do, like for the hunts and things of that kind of regard. So it was like it was not just a coming of age; it was also an entrance, a test of your devotion to the prides, initiations. So she explains all this to you and like gives you kind of the details of like the prides and their depths. But in relation to your mother, she looks at you and says, I do not know where she came from. But one thing is clear. She must have loved you very much to leave all this behind for you or whoever your siblings are.
She does. She's just very peculiar about how she shows it.
Well, if I were rejected by a High Lord, I'd also be a little pissy.
Well, I think I mostly have to think about how she nearly died, giving birth to my youngest sister.
She kind of like looks at you, of the coming doom.
It just like tilts her head. Yes. How did you know?
It's just the hardest time to give birth.
Jacob Bond!
Jacob
It's crazy.
I can't believe how often I'm getting
Also, just
interrupted.
switch over to like hotspot or something. I'm kidding. I'm
Dude,
kidding.
What the fuck?
Dude,
It's
it is
Discord.
It is nerfing my lore, and I'm mad about
That
it.
Like the Doom was that month. Yo, I'm
Hold on, let's
Idris of
change the
the
let's change the
Golden
region.
Sky. That's not gonna help. Wait,
Hello?
what region?
Can you guys hear me
Hello?
now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, of the coming doom, emotional looks up into the sky. How do you know? Back to it. She looks. It's like it's just the most difficult time to conceive a child because of the Vant to Dark, or the memorial time of becoming darker. It gets more dangerous. We're not affected by the hunt as much as the the Western continent is, but it is still dangerous, and there are some old things that talk about avoiding having children within that time. Bad omens, that nature. It also could be stress. It also could be many other things. But the change of locations, I'm not sure if it's relating, but it is common that some children of the coming doom do experience some near fatalities. It's
She was
yeah.
very weak. The birth of my sister nearly killed her.
And she kind of like stares at you, pretends
And-
like, as you before you finish your sentence, she kind of looks at you and says, "Castro is a month of pure disaster. It is meant to shake the planet in its core. The prime gods are not all happy about our divide, and Castro always attempts its ways to shake our world and remember the wrath of the gods. Some of that may be involved in whatever has happened with your mother, but that is only old faith."
I see. Thank you. This has been very insightful.
Of course. And, the events of this time, the prime gods and that's all gone. Ever since we've divided them from us, those events have no longer been able to put a sway on us and change our ways. We have changed and we must adapt. We can't just rely on a name we've been given at birth to define who we are. However, believing in oneself is also an option, and taking on a core set of values is something that you can just do for free. So, it's not a bad place to be, I should say.
It just kind of gets up and she goes, "Well, thank you for being a kind friend to my mother once.
I hope the best for her. She must be happy. She has a very beautiful daughter." She smiles at you.
Thank you. I was told that, I look somewhat similar to her.
I could see
Not
some
all the way.
resemblance. Not in the eyes, but definitely the spirit. Something I remember. And she kind of lingers, kind of like stare at you for a moment, and turns to the side and says, "I must rest. It has been a long hunt. I hope that you do stay and enjoy some of your home, and maybe you may find somebody of your history. It is hard to find anybody who practices within this tradition, because most of them don't have names to follow. But if you follow the trail, eventually you may find something interesting."
Any recommendations on where to start?
By Vasha, probably. There are some trees that are maintained in that bigger city. Some people who write their names in their lines and lineages. You may find that you do not stem far away from one another.
Idris just nods her head and she slowly rises and starts walking towards her group. As she's walking, She's actually going to send ascending.
Okay.
And she's going to send it to Nathaniel.
Okay. What do you send to Nathaniel?
Nathaniel, did you know my mother was meant to marry into your house long time ago? It's something I just learned today. Thought I might share.
Nathaniel responds, because it is late in the night. He would be awake now. I did not know. House. If you are speaking on House Richmont, that is not of my house, but it is one I serve. I am of House Oryx now, but underneath the House Richmont. Anyways, it is good to hear, or bad to hear. I am not sure. That's where it ends.
Idris just kind of gives like a small chuckle. Good answer.
What are the rest of y'all doing?
Studying.
Wine tasting.
Idris is going to actually find Velu,
Where?
by the way.
Gathering
who
up
she-
potential mages.
That's who she seeks out in this situation.
And Firebolt.
Good.
It's like fucking, what's it called? It's like Cobra Kai over by who you meet right now.
Now think about it like the X-Men.
Okay.
All purple, all of these people.
Think of it like the Brocken Forest.
Oh my god. Yeah, Velu,
You know-
Idris seeks you out.
Velu is currently reading, or trying to read, Inferno. He's not paying attention.
Layla. Hello.
Yes, sorry. Hold on. Let me finish this sentence.
Okay.
And you hear Layla just. What is up with that?
Oh.
Okay, sorry. Yes.
It just kind of like she kind of crouches down to be on Layla's level where she's like sitting. And she like tilts her head to the side. What do you know about Richmont?
Oh. It is a house
Yes.
that serves Genesis, and
Yes.
I think there's a lord.
Yes, Lord Richmont. What do you know about him? What do you know of him?
Can I make a history check?
Sure. You with advantage.
Thanks. Advantage! Oh my god, I need to put up what I need to roll. Okay, I will. Holy shit. $27.
27. Holy moly. House Richmont, the heraldry of the scorpion, greens and yellows. The Lord of the Safari, Aaron Richmont, the Lady of the Safari, Elaine Richmont Nee Tanks, and then their current heir, which would be Lord Andre Richmont.
Yep.
That's the main things you know. You know that the House Richmont has been loyal to the House Hastings ever since the last name of Oryx had taken a vow of the Hex Valis. You know that the Safari has allegiances with tanks based on their marriage with Elaine and Aaron. It's very clear that the House Richmont is a very big factor of the warriors and the forces that make up of Genesis. Probably their greatest elite warriors come from the Northwest Safari, and House Richmont is the supplier of that.
Whatever Jacob said, Layla said it to you.
Okay. I should have just said it like you.
Word for word, verbatim. Mm-hmm.
And Interesting.
I mean, yes.
Who were their children again?
Here, I'll put it into the lore dump.
Thanks.
Lord Andre Richmond. I have to go to my lore. Why? Why do you ask?
My mother was going to potentially marry Aaron Richmond. She was promised, and so were, plenty of other.
Ah,
But, instead, they wanted to form an alliance with the House Tanks, as opposed to marrying with a Safari.
yeah, they usually do that because they just want to increase the house strength. So there's another example of that with another house. You see Balu take out a book, and he will read. So House Tank has a lord and a lady. Lord is Victor Tank, and the lady is Megan Pinkney Things, which she's from House Sing. And they usually do this a lot to like increase their popularity and their strength as a house to like unify. So that might maybe one of the reasons why your mother didn't get picked, but I'm not entirely sure.
So they rarely marry outside. They try to just keep
Sometimes,
it strong.
well, sometimes though. I'm not really sure.
There's been examples.
Only person I know.
With your high history, you can kind of give that example if you want.
What?
You can go through like any of them, like anything that doesn't have a knee at the end of it is something that's kind of like within its own, like it wasn't married to another house. Like
Wasn't?
Yes, because it wasn't significant enough to keep the last name.
Yeah.
So.
So. Yeah, there's tanks. So they have a knee in their last name. So.
Have you ever met the Lord of the Safari?
Jacob.
Nah, you haven't met any
No.
lords and ladies really.
Oh
None
yeah.
of the newest ones, I guess I should say. Maybe when you were younger they were different, but like now they're just like completely like strangers to you.
I have not.
I see. This has been very interesting.
In what way?
Wow. It kind of makes sense as to why my mother acts the way she does, and why we don't come here. It just makes sense, I suppose. I kind of expected there to be another reason, but if you were humiliated in front of your entire pride and then some to the rest of the continent, I would elope too and run to the furthest corner of the world, far, far away.
Yeah. I would do that too. That's why I'm not trying to go back to the castle. But unfortunately, I did tell Nathaniel that I would. So we will see what happens.
There's still time. It's not like we have to go right now. Listen, I think after we finish our night here, we make the travel to, it just like looks around and she goes, it's the one that starts with the B. By Vasha?
Oh, yeah, Bavasha.
I think that's where we should go next. At least that's what the Huntress recommended.
Nathaniel's over there. Well,
He
on
is
the
over there,
outskirts. Yes.
but he's still there. So I'm gonna clear it with the rest of the group and ensure that we're ready to move out by tomorrow morning.
Yep.
We'll say Zap, you weren't at the last session, but there was some news from Genesis that you may have found interesting. From Genesis, there was an announcement that the current heir to the throne of Hastings is now eligible to be married. So they are now like a bachelor, basically, in regards to, taking on the next in line lineage as a prince. This would be theoretically your little brother.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So you would get that information from like the news, like the news cycle.
Oh,
So that's just something that you are familiar with, a part of Genesis, and you would know that your little brother basically is an eligible bachelor to be married to.
Bridgerton. Sorry.
Actually,
Ah, okay. Good to know.
and with that information, kind of remembering that as far as like you missed out on that opportunity to do that lore, that discovery, but you guys can reunite if you desire or do what you wish. But for these last few minutes, I will narrate that you guys are gonna get exhausted. You haven't slept basically for like a whole 48 hours now at this point, and I may need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
I will go
All
to
of
bed.
us?
Like it's
We
fine.
would just like sleep. Like, I want to stay up. Like me.
I think
To the break of
we
dawn,
all
yeah.
come back. I think we all come back together and go to bed so we can prepare for
Sleep
travel in the
pile.
morning.
Yeah. Before going to bed, I'm gonna be casting some spells with my new sorcery
Make a
group.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Bro, this was during like the convos, bro. Like I'm checking
You're
out.
still
my-
exhausted, my
Spirit,
homie. Check it out.
I want to pray, so I'll make a roll too.
Okay.
Yay!
We're all staying
25.
somewhere. Oh.
Yeah, you're fine. You
Okay.
you managed to muster them out. You do feel
Okay.
that yawn every once in a while mid spell that kind of fucks it up.
I'm gonna be like, okay, everybody, pay attention. Sorry.
They all start
Everyone
yawning
else
after
is
you.
asleep.
Pay attention.
They all like kind of like
Alright,
contagious yawn.
I'm guiding bolt to the very north.
Yeah, that's
But then I'm going to be adding the Peridot to it. To the tree. Pay attention. Okay, and Magenta's.
Mr. Ymir? Mr. Ymir?
Ruby time! Time to take the ruby out. I'm going to be adding.
Everybody take a sapphire. Everybody take a sapphire.
I do those and eventually go to bed.
It's fine. It's an interesting night for sure. I'll probably end the session after this, but you guys take a long rest. There's a saunter of the world around you that is much different than what
Gigabot.
you've seen.
Robot in
Oh,
the
oh,
sky.
like robot.
Robot.
All right.
Ow, ooh,
Oh.
ooh, ah,
I'm
ooh.
chilling.
Oh god, they're both affected.
Why,
Beep,
man?
I'm good. I'm good.
Am I good
No,
now?
you're not, bro.
You're good.
Oh,
Min's
but
not.
series.
Anyways, I'm gonna end the session before Discord decides to just nuke me. So, you guys find a
Zach,
long
question.
rest. We'll come back in the beginning of next session. What is your question?
Zap needs to
Level
ask
up
his
question.
question.
Oh yeah, you have a
Oh.
D20 question if you want it.
Yes, I completely forgot about it because I was so in tune into the session.
Ditto.
Ooh, give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes
2
to think of
minutes.
a question.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna end stream until you get one. So.
Who's Nathaniel crushing? Okay.
Who is
No.
my
Are we-
secret admirer?
Are we sleeping in the private
Oh,
sanctum?
oh! I got it. What information is being hidden from the King of Genesis by the Lord, the two people who were in that flashback?
Okay.
or scene.
Was it
Oh, we got
flashback or was it
information.
live? Who knows? Go ahead and roll d20.
Am I tripping? Did we get that answer?
No,
Maybe.
Not all of it.
Maybe not all.
not
of it.
all
True.
of it.
Do you want
True,
the,
they get
the
enough.
unfiltered answer?
Can I use my heroic inspiration because you gave it to us? Yes, yeah, right, yeah.
Sure,
cool.
man.
Okay, thanks.
Sure, man.
I don't want a fucking 4.
It is a d20, I guess.
They were high in their McDonald's order.
High
Shut
rolls
up.
are good rolls, isn't that right?
I
Oh,
want.
Just take my heroic inspiration. Actually, can we get that? Yeah, if I can give it, take it.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my
Sure, I
god.
guess.
roll again.
Sure, man.
That's hilarious.
There you go.
14.
Yo, you want
dang.
mine?
No, because what if it's worse?
I'm gonna use my cards, turn that shit to a 15.
I'm sure someone else has one.
What information was being hidden?
I wanted a nat 20.
Alaric Blazon was charged in task of identifying the location of the Rogue Prince for a long time now, outside of the requirement of Nathaniel to go and search for you physically. There was also magical senses to go and search for the long lost prince. And Blazon had hired some individuals to go and scry, like as a duty, basically like daily scrying upon you, which is what you felt way back in the beginning sessions.
Mhm.
Every once in a while it would happen, especially if they knew your face or what you were. Alaric Blazon may know that you are not fully human.
Oh. Oh.
That's hidden?
I would
Yes, that
assume
is
so
him.
because
That
it's
is-
the Changeling Slayer. I don't know if we saw that.
I don't
part.
know if you noticed that, but I don't know if he's like,
I
hello?
thought it was a pretty big, crazy part.
Oh,
Yeah, I
no.
know.
I don't know. Forgive me. I think the king would tell
Don't
like
worry.
his trusted advisors, yeah, I'm a changeling.
There's still
like,
more
not
lore.
The
There
changeling
is-
slayer.
It is a little bit interesting, but it may be possible that Alaric's not leading on the idea that in order to identify you, it's been very difficult, and every time they've almost caught you, it's been a different face.
Well, fuck, your dad hired the changeling slayer.
He is the change. His dad
Bro,
is the changeling.
My dad
Look at
is the
hell-
changeling slayer.
Look at it.
Yo, and
Look
this
at what
thing's
I had to
fucking
pronounce.
Slayer.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Alright.
What are you talking
wait.
about? His Royal
Wait.
Highness Velu, Blue Hasting, first of his name, son of Velu, Red the Changeling Slayer.